streaming after 2 weeks off because I went to the Great White North. Welcome to the Wileyverse, where
That's
I'm
also
joined.
racist.
Hey, it's not. It's in snow.
Don't talk about me like that. The Great White.
Snow. I hate snow. By the way, I was reminded of that. You never have to shovel sunshine off your driveway.
That's true.
Welcome to the Wileyverse. I am joined, as always, with Mitch and Deyton, who are probably about to commit suicide. We are playing Savage Rifts. Savage Rifts is set in the Savage World system. Generic, awesome, easy-to-play system based on Palladium Books' Rifts universe, which is a post-apocalyptic, magic, high-tech universe. I think Dungeons & Dragons with mechs and power armor and missiles, which includes rifts that open up all over the multiverse and can bring anything into the game. They are about to storm a castle, a fortress of a shifter, a mage that specializes in summoning things through rifts and dominating them. They're kind of like warlock, demonologists, wing evil. There are some good ones. Currently, we've got Mitch playing Plato, James Plato McKellar. He is in a Glitter Boy, one of the signature power armors of the universe. Big, shiny metal, 10 foot tall, with the largest handheld gun in existence. He has fought some of the bad guys of the world before, the Coalition and all that, and has ended up at Castle Refuge, helping this new group trying to pioneer a better future for everyone on Earth. With him is the only original character of the two of you, Beethoven.
Shani's kind of an original.
I mean, Shani's original, but of the two players. So Beethoven is a dog boy, a mutant dog. They're anthropomorphic dog people. He is who are bioengineered. He is a Saint Bernard, right? Mm-hmm. With a little thing of whiskey or rum and everything. Now you know the little collar.
Barely Deyton's cut.
They can sense supernatural evil and are used by the evil human-centric empire of the world to hunt down magic users and things from the rifts. But he has gone rogue and now is a member of this Castle Refuge family that's trying to do good in the world. He's currently in power armor with a railgun, so he's got some firepower on him. And joining them is Shani, the NPC that I play. Shani is an Atlantean. They are a race of ancient humans that messed up the world once and have spent the rest of their immortal lives wandering the multiverse trying to right the wrongs that they have laden themselves with. Specifically, she is an Undead Slayer, which uses tattoo magic, magically infused tattoos that have different effects based on their design and look and such, where she has joined up with Beethoven and the former Burster Ignatius, who unfortunately perished at the hands of gargoyles.
It was too hot.
It was too hot. They are about to attack a shifter fortress. The shifter has been assaulting Castle Refuge and its outlying areas with demons and broadkill gargoyles, all kinds of this assault force. And they have tracked it back to a big stone fortress set in the side of a mountain, being patrolled by broadkill. They can see the gates from where they are, and it's dusk, and they are formulating a plan, which is probably going to lead to some deaths.
No.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Right.
Let's kill some players.
Let's not kill any players. Let's not do
that. Let's not do that.
Yeah. For all you watching at home, let's not kill some players. Unless you're into that and you want to donate for player death.
Oh, we do have a donate button now.
I know, I heard that.
We also have like 4 followers that aren't my friends.
Gotcha.
They're all like the random characters, so probably Russian bots influencing the elections.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tell me more. How about you are congratulate Putin to your game?
Putin.
Putin. 6 more years.
Already. His 4th term.
He beats Stalin in time in charge next year, I think.
Wonderful. It's like Emperor Prosek,
Oh, there you go.
the Emperor of the Coalition States, who's pretty much just been in charge since his dad died.
I was about to get political. Like, oh, Putin's dead. Explain. Geopolitical conversation about Russia.
Let's have a political conversation right on the front of our game.
Perfect. So we're up at elevation. We're looking down at the what looks like the front.
No, you are
of this-
looking up at it.
Looking up at
So
it.
you are up at elevation. You are
climbed-
climbed up into a mountain,
Okay.
but it is still further up. Again, there's some areas, there's some pathways. Obviously, the Broad Killer on patrol out here, and you've infiltrated your way up this side of this mountain. And there's a flat area in front of this. Big, huge doors. These 30-foot tall stone doors. There's 2, like, essentially turrets that are coming out of the walls where Broad Killer, with gun emplacements, are looking down. There's an overhang, like where the mountain just, it looks like this thing has just been inset in the mountain, so there's an overhang of more mountain above this structure. But from the paths that you're seeing, like where Broad Killer coming from, it seems like there are more ways to get around. There might be more entrances or exits or other
Perfect.
things around.
I think my first question would be: does it look like they're? Can I tell if they're actively patrolling? Like, are they like really like anything could come at any time?
No,
or
they
are
look
like,
bored. Yeah, they
So
look
they look
bored.
bored. All right, cool. That's
They're just on.
shit.
They're just doing the normal thing.
Sweet. 'Cause that's the real killer.
Right. If they're like,
Guards,
something's
and-
out here.
Yeah, nothing's. There's no one cares. So if we can move in a little bit, not me moving stuff. I don't have a tarp poncho at the
You don't
moment.
have a tarp. You need to get a tarp.
I gotta roll around in the dirt. No, I'm just kidding. That would make my equipment would be downgraded. I'd be super
That would
upset.
affect
Yeah, I would be super upset about
Your
that.
ability.
So
We're not sponsored by Stellar Artois, but I'm just saying.
There is the PayPal button, Stella. If you're out
Hey,
there.
Stella.
Hey, Stella.
Stella. Every NPC, female NPC's name now is going to be Stella. Every male NPC is going to be Artois.
Every bar we show up, we're like 3 Stellas. You know?
Until next week when we have Heineken.
We're sponsored by Arthur C. Guinness this week.
I guess.
all right, so
I prefer
we're
Murphy's.
Shut your whore mouth.
so we're on the side of a mountain, right?
Such your other mouth.
We're on the side of a mountain,
on the side of the mountain.
And begin.
but the fortress is still above.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, think of like that last road going up to like Mount Lemon type thing.
So we were saying, well, we can tell that there's... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
But currently where we're at, like, we're at least in some sort of like cover. We're out of
Yes.
vision from
You're out of
patrols.
vision from the patrol, so you've got essentially there's a pathway around a large outcropping of rock, which he's hiding behind, sticking his little you got that big thing,
Exactly.
but you can stick your little thing out there.
One of my horns and an eye goes around the corner.
Shiny horn and eye. But no, you're able to look over that outcropping at your size and around it, and you're looking up and got a pretty good view, though there's still more. You can get the general lay of the fortress entrance and see some of the pathways and the flat spots where they've got patrols and things going.
Can you tell if any of these pathways are less used? Just kidding.
Yes,
He takes
after
it easy.
and there's no reason to roll. You're watching this for a while. You notice that off to the right there seems to be the most... All traffic is sporadic, but there seems to be the most burst of traffic coming in and out of that area. So that kind of makes you think... And it's not the same people. So you'll see groups of Broadkill and you'll like note their armament and all that kind of stuff. And like you'll see groups go down that way, go off to the right of the fortress entrance, and then never come back. And then a whole new group that you've never seen before come up. So you think there might be another entrance that the Broadkill are using, because the front gates are not opening or closing at all. But there's patrols constantly coming and going. So off to the right, you think, is the patrol or the barracks or garrison entrance for the Broadkill. So the left side seems less used, but it's also the side that goes pretty sheer pretty fast. You don't know how much climbability you're going to have or ability to get up on that side is.
And is there a path kind of in between?
I mean, there's a path straight up the middle, which goes to the front door.
So if we go to the left is where the sheer drop-off is going. So if we go over there, obviously they're not using it because it's not safe. It's the quietest entrance. The right entrance is the personnel entrance, which might work if we could make a distraction. Do something, hey, look over here, and then sneak our way into the service entrance.
The question would be, what kind of distraction could we make? Like,
well,
besides like, hey, why don't you just stand up and be all shiny?
Well, that's not a distraction. That's attention.
What sort of grenades do you have? Do you have like flashbang, or do you have like?
You still have explosives, like C.
That's right. C8, C20. Yeah,
so, right. Again, you can be very stealthy outside of your armor. Shani can turn invisible. You've done the Shani place explosives on stuff before, invisible.
That's true.
You can also, either one of you can go scout for a little bit more and get more in-depth look at what's going on.
I think if we're going to do that, you should do it. Because I can get out of my armor, which is fine, makes me small and little and human, but I don't have anything to offer.
Well,
my fighting is not
D4.
Good.
How long can Shani stay invisible? Once she does it, can she just stay invisible as long as she wants to?
She will eventually run out of power to do that. The longer it takes, you don't want her going up there for 30 minutes. She'd be done. She wouldn't be able to invoke another tattoo at all.
Let's say if there wasn't a time limit,
10 minutes,
the invisible one should scout and then come back.
She can run up there for
no
10
chance.
minutes.
While we have the drop, and if she's on foot, then there's nothing to really worry about. She can get up there for a couple minutes and come back down.
Fly.
She can also.
So
can she fly while she's invisible?
Yes.
That would be nice.
So it just uses a ton of her power. But she can cover a lot of ground and look around while she's doing that. So you want her to do a flyby? Now, the other thing to also remember is, these things have full sensors. Some of these have cybernetic eyes and things like that. Who knows what arcane wards are up there, because it's a shifter's fortress. And Broadkill without cybernetics can turn invisible at will. There can be way more Broadkill than you see walking around.
That's why I'm kind of a fan of the distraction. If we could cause, an avalanche on the side of the hill or something that everybody kind of goes, oh, that sucks, without being oh, someone's here doing that. Now,
you kind of see where the path off to the right is. You could have Shani fly up, put some explosive, and fly back. Just a nice thin line so it's not super loud. So it might seem natural that...
Oh, drop a line of C20.
You just go up and...
Pull it out. Yeah.
Just put a line, make a crack, which will drop some stone down. You can show her, you can look with your optics, mark areas where because you're a demolitionist, where it'll cause the most breakage to collapse or fall down on that path off to the right where the Broadkill are coming in and out. But you still don't know where you're going with this distraction.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be part of the distraction. The distraction would be so that I could kind of walk in.
Yeah, so you can move up.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, like...
The whole problem is, like, the distraction is fine, but you don't have your path. You don't know where you're going yet. Unless you just want to go knock on the front door. And by knock, I mean shoot it with a boom gun.
It's the world's best knock.
You're pretty sure that those two turrets, like where the balcony essentially is where the gun emplacements are, you're pretty sure that with 2 well-placed shots, you could take them completely out. You could just crumple them.
I get that, but in between shots is the problem.
That is definitely the problem. You have to catch them by surprise.
Also, like, granted, yes, alright, so if we create a distraction most likely to the right side, just to draw everybody's attention over there, where most of them kind of are anyway. We're presuming, at least.
You can hope to cut off a little bit of the pathway that brings them up and back, thus denying them the ability to get reinforcements.
That makes sense. If we caused an avalanche that obscured the
pathway. Obscured the area?
You know, if we washed out that path, that would not only be like a distraction, but also a hindrance. We could move forward, like straight to the front or left. The only issue is once we do this, because it'll look like an accident once, but anything we do after that's going to be immediate, like full high alert. Like, they're going to know we're there, they're going to be aiming at us.
Yeah, like that we can make look like an accident, but if you shoot and take out one of those turrets, like, clearly at that point, people will be like, hey.
If we do decide to go into the front, though, like he said, I can shoot the first one secretly while they decide how to shoot me. My armor could probably take a couple hits. I could take out the other one. And their front defenses are down. It'll just be hundreds and hundreds of broad kill after that. I will say that we're not going to make it all the way through secretly.
Oh, absolutely not. There's going to be a point where you have to be loud. But how soon to the front gate do you want that?
It's like, here's another thought, though. Like, if Shani can plant these explosives on those turrets, we can blow them up.
That's a good one. But that'll be
for an easier entrance. But yes, obviously, like, they'll know, like, oh, that wasn't an accident. Someone did that.
And all three, I mean, your detonators are all independent. So you can have her put bricks on the turrets and put the lines on the rock face wall to cover the path. Start with the wall and then keep the other two in reserve as you start to make your way up. Oh, we've been spotted. Detonate the 2 turrets.
Okay, so now I only have 2 bricks.
So
like, would half bricks take care of the...
Roll your demolitions. Knowledge explosives.
Use your lucky dice. Oh, you can't.
It's not that high. 4?
That's a success. Oh, speaking of which.
Oh, yeah, we did not get our biddings.
I was going to ask about this, but I was like, are we still technically in the same?
No, you're not still taking those. No, that's yours.
I get 1. Yeah, start at 3.
Benny's. She still has 3.
Are we both lucky? Or?
No,
you have 4.
I'm level-headed.
You're
that's
right.
Like,
oh, okay, sorry.
More than you still?
Yes.
That's right. My level-headed gives me an extra action card. That's what keeps fucking your action up.
Yeah.
Which you need to take the advanced level-headed.
3.
So he takes an extra card. All right.
If we survive this, maybe we'll get a chance.
Yeah,
We're maybe fun. This is a terrible way to enter this fray. Let's not think about fuck it. Are you going to keep the 4? Or are you going to spend any bennies to up it? Gotta bring one.
You don't have to. You might have succeeded. Who knows? That's generally a success.
I mean, we might need those in combat, but fuck it. I can add a d6, right?
You can add a d6.
Had a whole 2.
So
Cool. So a success.
So the same as if I didn't spend a minute. Yay.
You think... So the thing is that these... Now that you're looking at it closer and you're trying to figure out where to place it on the turrets to get the most damage, this is shaped rock, like the gargoyles do. So this wasn't chiseled out or built. This was just made this way. So those turrets are pretty stout. I mean, they're still part of the mountain. There's nothing that compromised their structure. You think, at the very least, you'd need 3/4 of a brick, which would leave you with half a brick to do the line to try to break down enough mountain to cover the path. Which looks a lot simpler because that's just rock outcropping. You just have to put it on seams of overhang to blast down. But you're not sure if 3/4 will absolutely take out the turrets. They will damage them significantly, but there might still be positioning up there to fire back in.
I kind of say we roll with that plan, though.
You don't have to take the guns out. You could always position the C4 onto the stone above the guns.
And just try to kill the broad kill.
Just avalanche over the top of the guns and make them unusable.
The guns would be used either way. Either putting it on the bottom or the top and killing the broad kill and killing the guns that are there.
They might still be usable.
Yeah, they'd still be able to have that position. Even if there's rubble on it, you could have broad kill running up and then having cover, essentially, and firing down at you. And that's you wanted to just take those things completely out so that they couldn't use those positions anymore, which is what he was trying. And you think it could work with a 3/4 stick or brick on each one, but it's up in the air, especially when you have someone else placing them. Because you're gonna tag and show where to go, but when she's up there flying, she's not an expert. She's not gonna be able to assess right up then and there where the best spot is, and if there's a better spot, as if you were there.
And she's trying to be quiet.
Yep. And then once she lets go of it, it's visible, so you can't just stick it on top with a broad kill. They'd be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, right. Don't look. It's invisible.
But I mean, if it's something you place underneath, they may not see it.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. They would not see it. I mean, someone at the base level, if they were looking up, they might see it. But you don't see too many of them looking back at the fortress.
Plus, no one's looking for an invisible brick to show up suddenly. Yeah.
They, again, still don't seem to be warned of any danger.
So I feel like this might be our best plan, so we can set off the pathway explosion. It'll be a job, and we would probably take except the lefter side seems kind of steep.
It's sheer. So it's
there's only a couple pathways up to the front of the fortress, and then from the front of the fortress you can go the lot of activity coming in and out to the right. You don't see much going on to the left, but the mountain is there. There's still more frontage of mountain on this side. To the left, it's just you toss those guys off to your left. That's still pretty much where the mountain side is. So once you get up to the main entryway, the main opening to the fortress, the left has a lot less traffic, but there may not even be a path there. Because it might just, drop off, and then they just use the side of the mountain as the wall. You don't know.
And the other route is just straight up the middle.
Straight up the middle, yeah. Or through those turrets. Again, there may be more that you're not seeing because of the obstructions. Now, you're not having, you're trying to use as little of her energy as possible, but she will get a much better view when she's going up and planting things, so she might see some stuff that helps you out further the plan. I think, she thinks any way you go, getting those things set first is a good way to start this. even if you have to improvise after the detonations, having them there is probably a better option. Hell, even if you don't do, like, if she sees a perfect path to sneak up somehow, having those bricks in place may help your escape, may help all kinds of stuff later on.
Like, yeah, almost no matter what, like, it won't hurt to have those things, so I can blow them up at any time, whether it's to enter or to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should probably see if Shani can... Like, do I need to roll, like, to mark places, or...
No, you've already done your assessment, so you've already tagged the places and shown her the best you can. Now it's her invisible, sneaking, flying, trying to place explosives. So, wish her luck.
So trying to gain the conclusion before we really even decide, like, which way we go.
Let's
Just
see what
having
the
those
results
explosives, like, at least in place.
Makes sense.
And you heard that, like, pretty much the sheer side of the mountain is on the left.
Right. So if the distraction doesn't work, we have an alternative. If it does work, we might have an escape plan kind of thing. So it makes sense.
Like, she could, like, as she's flying up there, she'd be like, oh, there's this over here, like, whatever.
And she could see, like, a clear path that, like, oh, we could probably just walk that way and no big deal. If that's the case, we can use explosive for escaping instead of entering. Who knows?
Bet we weren't doing the Savage Worlds could have done. Or no, Dark Sun could have created water and muddied up my arm. It's like a rock.
I really like the, like, just disposable poncho idea. Like, just
always
a pack, just like... Just like the tarps that, like, military...
Oh, yeah, totally. No, I get exactly what you're saying. Just buy a bunch of tents and just wear the tents.
Just get those ghillie suit tarps that they put over vehicles. Just poke a hole in the top.
That boot has a shiny head.
Yeah. The moment that ripple, like, it would be so cool to watch, like, the ghillie suit just shred with the sonic boom of the gun going off. So, she disappears. You hear her wings flap. You know, she took the bricks. She's gone. You're watching closely to see if there's any reactions. You know, if any wards go off or anything like that.
We roll force to kill it.
And that's all your C20, right? Mm-hmm. That's the remaining.
Yep.
We roll force to kill the 10.
Place rock, paper, scissors, or no. You're watching to make sure.
Come on.
Are you playing the Dark Sun Roll Forest game back? Poor Brawl.
That's what's cool about it. It's supposed to be the lowest number is the winner. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth being the lowest, 1 being the highest.
And you both roll fours.
Any ties are supposed to re-roll. So you find a winner. It is paper, rock, scissors, but with an extra rock. It's like rock, paper, scissors, mud.
You watching, you see the first brick appear, and then the second brick appear, and then Plato's, like, you Platoed it out, made snakes for her to put up underneath seams and stuff on the rock face. You start to see those appear. And then you hear a flapping noise next to you, and she reappears. And she said, well, I took a quick look off to the left. There is a thin ledge. But what's interesting over there is there seems to be outlets for water. So there's some water coming out of the side of the mountain, kind of in sprays.
It's a sewer.
And whatever it is, like, their plumbing system, gravity-fed plumbing system, letting go whatever it is, but I don't know how big those inlets are. I can, fly over there to see, but there's something off to the left, a small ledge with those. Also, saying that, I saw gargoyles over there. So, looks like the broad killer on the ground, and on the side of the mountain, they have gargoyles watching.
It's like, ooh, yay, way in. Oh, gargoyles? Never fucking mind.
And it's like I didn't see them on the path or anything. I just saw some perches pretty high up, way above where the water was coming out.
So...
That's a situational advantage, disadvantage. It looks like we can get in if we have to over that way, but we have to fight our way in. That means that if our distraction doesn't work, we still have another in. If we can't go into the front door, or even if we distract everybody over to the right and we walk over there, maybe. I hate saying that it's going to depend on what happens after you press your little button and you see what kind of happens with the crew. We have to make our plan on the fly. But I think that if everybody does, for the majority, move off to the right, they do follow the avalanche, they do stop paying attention to the left, we move left. Is that ledge large enough to Shani know? Is it large enough for me to walk on?
It is, but it's definitely not any safety feature compliant, so there's no rails or anything like that. Though it looks like it's a purpose-built ledge for people, like broad-kill-sized people to walk on.
So what? We set off the distraction.
Mm-hmm.
One, hope that maybe, even if maybe we see some, you said gargoyle, not gargoyle, right?
Gargoyles. Full wing, 16 foot tall.
Maybe we'll even see some of them, like, fly that way based on the distraction, and then we'll be like, at least there might be less. Did she get any kind of count?
She just saw, like, 2 or 3. It looked like they had a ledge somewhere up above.
What can we tell about the front door from here? Is this like a steel,
huge
like
stone?
Yeah.
No, it's stone. It's made out of the mountain. 30-foot tall stone. It looks like there's another door inset in the left door, a smaller one that's about 12 feet tall. That one looks, again, stone, steel bound, the more common use entrance.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even know, like the stone doors that you're looking at may not even work. Like they could be just decoratively etched into there. But you're kind of thinking that with what this shifter's been doing, there may very well be some 30-foot tall thing back there that uses that door to come in and out.
I always wondered about King Kong. They put that big wall to keep Kong in. Why'd they make a Kong-sized door?
Yeah.
They're just letting him out. Just in case later we don't let them go. I think we should blow it and then see what we do from there. Like, we should move to the left, but we should keep in reserve the other ideas. Unless, because the gargoyles are too big for Shani to just turn invisible and just take out for us, really. Yeah,
like, she could probably kill one-on-one, but more than that...
even that would be like, king, cling.
Yeah.
Let's fire our distraction.
Yeah, let's set off the distraction thing and see what happens.
It's dusk. There's nice orange light coming over the horizon.
Look pretty as to dusk.
Yeah. If you wait 30 minutes, it'll be dark. Which means he doesn't shine. But if you wait 30 minutes, you killed a patrol. Like, you don't know how long it's going to take for that to start registering on people's radars that a patrol didn't come back in.
Hmm.
I'm not big on hiding anyway. We might as well give our plan a shot. Because he's right, in 30 minutes, someone's going to know that entire, those 3 guys we killed, or 4 guys?
2.
2 guys, mm-hmm. 2 guys we killed.
It was like Shani and him were supposed to go do it themselves.
Because then they're going to come...
And then he failed to kill his, so you had to come up and kill him.
Oh, that's right. They're going to come this way if they figure that out.
You did get a sword out of it. You got a
really nice vibro sword.
A vibro sword.
I say let's just do it. Let's see what happens afterwards. Make our plan from there.
He can stay in the shadows.
For the most part.
For now. Yeah.
One good thing is that if you get up to the courtyard, you'll be blocked from the sun. It's only the path up that's catching any light off from the... because you're coming up from the east, so the sun is to the west. The moment you get off that pathway that's up on the sheer side, you're completely blocked by the mountain. Right? That's the way the sun goes.
Mm-hmm. On Earth, right?
On Earth. We're still on Earth.
So
there's a small, quiet thump. Joker walk.
You throw it.
There's a small whoomp, and you see like the little, because you're watching, you see the flashes of light, and then just a couple sheets of rock peel off from the side of the mountain, crackling and crashing and smashing down into the side there. So after it comes down,
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that's.
Move on.
After it comes down and like it starts hitting you, or it smash against the whatever else is up there, you hear an explosion go off, and see a little kind of like flare of rock debris and dust and debris.
This is
fly off after
after our explosion.
Yeah, your explosion went off. Rock
Another
slid down, crashed into something, and another explosion went off from down there, and a whole bunch of like a puff of dust and rock, dust particles fly out. Then of course there's a lot of weird demonic language being spoken and movement up there. So are you going?
Well, let's go.
It sounds like it did what it was supposed to do. We can't offer much more, so yeah, let's do it.
Okay. You make me a stealth roll for the group.
Even though I'm in my power armor.
Yes, this isn't stealth per se. This is tactical advancement from cover to cover, and you're the one calling it out because you're the tactical one.
I'm glad you called it make a walk normally check at D4.
Oh.
You walk normally, very loudly.
I'm
Very
doing
good.
it for the group.
Yes, you're making it for the group.
Shawnee's not doing it for the group.
No.
Damn
She is much more used to being alone. Yeah, that's a penny spent. What'd you get?
3.
Okay. You adding a d6? Or are you re-rolling the whole thing?
Reroll the whole thing.
Remember, 4 is the most basic success.
Add a d6, Jesus.
2.
5.
So 5.
Fuck. You very barely sneak past.
We'll see.
Oops.
Those numbers look good if that's the enemy.
Yeah. 1, 2, 2 was... I'm like, there's probably 3 guys that are like... All the rest are like, explosion! And then there's like the 3 guys that are like, something's happening!
Explosion.
And so you move up, tactically looking to, make sure all the distractions going on. And you're getting up to like the last pathway that opens up into that courtyard. And you're like, it's kind of shitty. But then you see that there is like an offshoot path that kind of looks like it goes around the courtyard on the left side. There's an entranceway there. So you make your way that way. And you're going when you run into 2 Broadkill that are like, they're turned around on the path looking back towards the fortress entrance, and you're coming around the side and come up behind them. So, no cards for the first round. You guys got the jump. Do whatever you want to do.
I can lock in, but if I fire,
if you fire, yeah. No, you can fucking bowl. Like if you get again the edge is pretty close. There is a little wall, but you can get these people off the edge or kill them with melee weapons.
I said don't fire.
Yeah. So there's still kind of a lot of noise and sound going on, but it's not going to cover even a regular gunshot.
I'm going to test out my new sword anyway.
Yep.
Right.
So, pick who goes first. It doesn't matter to me.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
All right.
You're the boss.
I would say I'm going to run up on with my vibro blade, my vibro claws.
All right, go for it.
Just like a normal fighting roll.
Normal fighting roll, except for they're not parrying, so you have to hit a 2.
Well, there's an 8. 10.
Mm-hmm. That's a hit with a raise, so your strength plus your vibro claws plus the d6. What's your vibro claws?
Strength plus d8.
All right. Strength.
So strength plus d8 plus
d6.
d6, right?
Mm-hmm. And armor piercing is what?
4.
Nice. Wow.
This is a damage roll, right?
It is.
It's 11.
Oh, okay. No, it's fine.
You rolled it, and I was like, no. You're like, damage roll. Like, all right.
Now,
It's like,
It's like it's all added. It's like
Savage Riffs, you can spend a penny to reroll damage if you want.
No.
So you've shaken him, not wounded, but he is like hit from behind, surprised, kind of knocked down to one knee. Shani is going to go up. So, of the two, which one did you go after? The one on the interior or the one closer to the ledge?
More on the interior.
Okay. So leave the ledge one for you to see if you can knock off or kill. Shani is going to attack the same one you attacked because it's easier for both of you to attack one and let him take up the space on the other. So she has her Flaming Kopesh tattoo invoked. You and ones, like always. Always and forever.
I feel like you're the best at rolling a 2.
We need to make
a critical failure, but it's just a really bad failure.
We need to make like a heart with like Deyton and a D20 on a 1, like together, like together forever. Oh,
hey, it makes
soulmates.
Makes me really good at the end of the world game.
It does.
I succeed.
Succeed.
Unless I'm running away from a rent-a-cop.
Oh my god. It's one of those things where you're like, it became the duty of the GM to be like, you know what, you just get in the goddamn car. Like, I can't just, rent-a-cop's not going to shoot you dead in the place right now because you deserved it. Like, 2 failed run away from rent-a-cop. You get a critical failure?
I got a critical failure.
Rigged.
Yeah, I guess.
The GM's rigging us.
Like she can't drop her sword because it's magically a part of her pretty much.
So what, she
can't heal
me
this
instead?
thing.
Not to give you ideas, but
Like,
Let's say last time she critical failure, her healing skill hurt me. So I'd say, like, what is she doing right now?
She's attacking the same one.
Yeah, so maybe critical fail would mean that her sword handle reverse, like her handle is sharp. She summons it incorrectly and is holding the blade.
No, I think I'm gonna hit Deyton because his friend's hitting him instead. So she just. Oh, so like she's coming up and you like did a maneuver that she just wasn't expecting at the end. So she comes in and like catches your leg. I apologize if this wounds you.
Which, did I get rid of my wound from last time? Or did I still
I think she healed you the night you camped.
Hmm.
So you should be fine.
I may have not erased it.
So
this will be the second time one of my fellow party members has hit me.
You should start aiming at us and get it over with.
AP 6.
Oof.
Cool.
So what's your toughness now with 6 of it missing?
It's 11, right?
No, he's in the power armor now.
Oh.
Well, with 6 of it missing, I'm still at 9.
And it can't go into your toughness. Your regular toughness.
Like my toughness plus armor is at 15.
Okay. And what's the armor bonus of that?
Plus 7.
Okay. So she takes 6 of that 7 away. You're left with 9.
Yeah. Did I just erase my wound for no reason?
Oh,
Stop it!
that was a hell of a shot.
Hashtag rigged again. DM's trying to kill me.
Oh, I said I was going to kill some players tonight. I didn't say who was going to do it. 6, 12,
We actually decided
20,
not to storm the front entrance so we'd be safe about it, and you're just
20,
going to kill me anyway.
22.
Damn, shoulder 22.
22.
I hit you.
So 9 to 13, 13 to 17, 17 to 21.
Yeah, that's
an incapacitated.
yes, that's a horrible. Like
that's -3. It's just all 3 of your wounds, just one
like,
shot.
plus you're shaking.
So
yeah,
plus shaken.
that's
you
what the
can
incapacitated.
So yeah, incapacitated. If she would have done 3 more damage, she would have
I was like,
incapacitated
yeah, that's
you.
only 3. Like,
So
it's
it's
not
3.
the 4th.
Now you can spend a Benny to soak this damage.
Like,
You
right
should
now.
Right
do
now.
that.
What do I have to roll, though?
Vigor. So vigor in your wild die.
Okay.
Every success and raise is a wound you don't take. It's bleeding these things right off.
Yeah, what the
Oh, speaking of which, plan did work. So, Benny's for everyone.
I feel like this is a sympathy, Benny.
Oh,
For you, quit being sympathetic.
I'm just horrible at handing out bennies. I should be handing them out a lot more.
I got a whole 5.
So you take 2 wounds.
1 fucking...
And you're shaking, right?
And you're
that,
shaking.
That was the 4th injury I was thinking of. It was just
Yeah.
not incapacitated.
At success, you're shaken.
Yeah.
So she comes in and like you move as she was kind of going to go up on this guy, and she just takes out back of your thigh, like knocks you off balance, melts through that armor, and she's like, "Oh shit!"
Fucking Shani. Seems like a shit Aryan right now.
Shit, Arian. She's a Atlantean.
Good luck, Mitch.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
So there's just shaken. It's not doing anything this round. There's the other one that's still
I'm going to go
fresh.
for the one that's not doing anything.
Yeah.
So my vibro sword is a strength plus d10, which means I roll my strength and add a d10 to it.
Correct. Well, you need to hit first, so you need to roll your fighting. Is it a d4?
Yeah, at least there's some 6 in there.
Yep. Again, it has no parry, so
3. Add a d6.
that'll hit.
3 will hit?
Yeah, because it has a 2 right now as a parry because
Okay.
it has no parry.
That's what you were saying, okay.
But you don't get the raise. So, all right. So take your glitter boy strength. Just d12 plus
plus 4,
4.
and then I get a d10 plus 6. So I get a d. Basically, I get a d12 and a d10 plus. Oh, sorry, yeah, so strength.
d10. Okay. So strength plus d10, right?
Strength plus d10, which is 4.
So d12 plus d10 plus 4.
Plus 4.
Yeah.
So plus 8.
Hmm.
My strength and my power armor is d12
d12 plus 4.
Then I get a strength plus d10, which is...
d12 plus 4 is your strength.
My strength is 4.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Your strength doesn't matter at all.
Sorry.
Your glitter boy strength
So
is
d10
the...
and a d12 plus 4.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's d12 plus 4 plus d10 is...
I can't stack all this.
Yeah.
This is just for damage.
Right.
5.
5. 5?
Yeah.
So that's a complete reroll. You don't add a d6 to
No,
damage.
Completely rerolling.
What's the AP on that? 4?
4, yeah.
Okay.
Much better. 9.
Okay.
So
He's shaken.
dang. So my total was 13 then, right?
Oh, did you add the plus 4?
No, I didn't.
Oh, so 13.
13.
That's a wound. So it's wounded and shaken.
Okay. Boo.
I say if I came back and you also critical failed and knocked me off the mountain.
Like,
I'd
just
be like,
you just ran off the side of the mountain?
I swing my sword, I missed your leg off.
Your other
Make a
leg.
new character.
Killed by friends.
I wouldn't have to make a new character yet. I get cybernetic.
You can.
We'll sell you off as statuary.
Just be
Stuff
I would just be a torso for the rest of this mission now, so I don't know how well that would
And
go.
every cybernetic you get subtracts from your tracking to send supernatural.
You'd be this weird taxidermy torso, like you're holding like a plate of cigars and a plate of beers. Like,
So you are just level-headed, right? You're not quick and
no,
level-headed?
I get two.
Okay. Ooh, you got Deyton's flush. 9 and 10, though. 9 and 10 of diamonds.
It's better than what I usually get.
There we go. King and queen, clubs and hearts. Shani. Jack of hearts. That's your card. The glitter boy.
It's not bad. Here comes a 3 of something terrible.
Ace
Queen
of spades.
of diamonds.
Mother. It's okay.
All right. So, I believe you were going first, so you need to get rid of shaken.
Spirit.
Oh, actually, you're not shaken because you spent a penny to soak. So, because you soaked, it gets rid of the shaking.
It's just 2 wounds, but not shaking.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're fine.
Okay. Well,
So now you can just act.
I'm so gonna vibroblade this motherfucker.
Shani is May apologizing. Sorry.
But this rolls at a -2,
Correct.
so I better get a
And these thing how this guy is shaking it down.
-1.
What'd you get?
Basically, I got
3,
a 1.
so
I got a 3 and a 1, but
A
-2,
1.
I got a 1, so I don't do crap.
Now, all you need is a 2 to hit him. He is shaken. He's not parrying. Actually, I think you need a 3 to hit him. Let me make sure.
Either way, you have to get rid of one of those bennies
Yeah.
if you want to do it.
So, you have a good chance of hitting if you spend a penny. But is that what you want to do?
No, fuck it.
Let's say Shani and I are still here, so don't worry about it.
Shani goes after them, though. So,
Don't look at me. You rolled it.
I don't care.
done?
Yeah.
So you're just...
Yep.
All right. You are just letting that roll.
I'm gonna spend all my bennies.
Right. I mean,
when it comes to combat with something more fierce, I'm gonna be like, nope.
Nope.
What I roll is what I
Nope,
get.
That's it.
So, they go next.
There's 2 of them, right?
There's 2 of them. They're
They're
both
shaken. So they gotta recover from shaken first. This is part of my thought process. Like maybe
Blue is yours. Mitch.
green is mine.
Green is yours. Yours recovers.
Of course it does.
Non-critical failures. Slips and falls. He's even hurt worse.
He swings at Shani, right?
Because
Are you gonna swing at the Atlantean?
You swing at the Atlantean, or you gonna call for backup, or
To be fair.
to be fair.
To be fair.
What are you doing over there?
I was rolling his smarts, which is not very high. He turns around, attacks. He's going to attack. Let's figure it out. 1, 2.
You should count
Good
the
thank you.
point.
Yeah, of course.
He is the one. He's got these 2 facing him, so he's not worried about the glitter boy.
What's he attacking me with? His hands?
No, he's pulling his vibro sword.
Okay.
Your parry is
6.
he hit you. Dope. That's normally your response to that.
Yay.
That is.
Dope. Oh god, they are strong.
What's the AP on the
4. So you're at 11, right?
Mm-hmm. So if you pick
yeah,
one of those,
nothing.
okay, it's like if you pick one of those up, right now,
that AP is the only thing saving you. Like, did you go what now? So that'd be cool.
So
So you
he
do
turns
shit?
around, like, You hear him yell something demonic,
Mm-hmm.
and then he swings that vibro sword and it just pangs into the side of off your pauldron and up. Puts a gash in it, but not much else. The other one didn't recover, so he doesn't get to act. Jack, Shani, is going to be more careful about her swinging now.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. I can still double one again. I'm not using this one anymore. Let's use the green. Green again.
Yeah, better luck dice. Despite the condition of our team.
Well, it's not a double one.
No, it's not, but it's a miss unless she spends a penny.
I mean...
She's not letting this thing talk anymore. Ah! What the hell was that? God. Got a 1, so just hit. I was hoping for a raise on that. Alright. D2 plus 2. AP 6.
I think it's 6.
Yep.
I just got hit by it.
You just got hit by it. It's shaking again. Ooh. Ooh. Go.
Alright.
So yours is shaken, not parrying. You get a +2 to hit it, essentially. I can take it off the parry to make it
let's
easier.
go ahead and do that with the sword.
Yep. Just don't add the +2. I'm going to take it off its parry.
Hey, reroll that 4.
So 7.
That hits.
Three plus 4. 5.
5? Yeah, that's not going to do anything.
Yeah. Fuck off. It's a 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Plus 4?
Plus 4.
Plus
Sorry,
4. 9. Okay.
Jesus.
That at least gets damage through, because it's shaken. You wound it.
We went 4 bennies between. Alright, cool, fine. It's wounded.
So, and you'd already wounded that one, right?
Yes.
You shipped and used, so second wound on him.
Yes.
Alright, that's a new round.
Yep.
God.
If this is anything what we're headed towards...
I was going to say a 20-minute terrible round we just had right now.
Again with the flush over there. Ace of clubs, 6 of clubs.
God.
And I believe that's a broad kill crazy on the card.
I've had that fellow a couple
odds
times.
are you probably are going first unless,
Ace of spades and 5 of spades. Look at
unless something
that.
like that happens.
Bam! And then the broad killer are going to get the Joker.
Fuck no.
Yeah, right.
Shani got a 7 of spades.
Fucking A.
Who's Shani?
Who's that girl? I haven't even heard that name before.
She's that bitch who
Traitor.
cut my leg up.
Jack of diamonds for them. So it's you guys first.
You hit my Iggy scar.
You Ace of spades. He's shaking again.
Alright, well, here we go again.
How's it go again?
Hello.
My favorite color is you.
You're
You're
not who I wanted to
vibrating on my frequency.
Or if it's not known, I'm just going to take another swing at it with
Yep.
my... Hey.
Oh, now, hold on. You have to remember that you're in power armor. So when you're using your strength, you're not using your strength, you're using your power armor strength. Which is more.
I thought I had to, activate that, no?
No.
It's automatic.
It's, yeah, just being in that power armor.
So the D12 plus 2.
So that is your damage. D12 plus 2 plus the D8 for the claws, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, know that. It's the benefits of power armor. Anyway, what'd you get to hit?
Well, I got
Finished
an
yet.
8 and a 6 on both these
well.
rolls. So I was...
Do it. I mean, you already got a raise, but we might as well see what you get.
10 versus 14, so take the 14.
So hit with a raise. So it's D12 plus 2, right? This is the strength of your power armor.
Mm-hmm.
And
Plus the D8 for your vibro claws.
yeah.
Plus D6 for the raise.
Yeah. This is a good damage.
Okay, so even with the -2, so that would have put me at 12. I still got a hit.
Oh yeah, with a raise.
So you would be. It would just be no +2 at the end because he has 2 wounds.
No. That doesn't affect damage.
Oh, okay.
I just making sure that 14 is actually at 12. But...
Right. The 14 to hit was still 12, but it's still he's down, so you only needed a 4 to hit him. So an 8 was a raise.
Seven.
Wow.
7!
Is that with the +2?
No,
9.
Okay, that's a wound if you let it stand.
Get a 5 on the D6, 1's on the D12 and the D8.
That is
you should let it
terrible.
stand because you don't want to waste another penny.
Yeah,
Really
screw
just
it.
hit this thing.
At least I wounded him.
It's wounded. Alright. So again, both of the... Oh no, you're going.
Yeah, so the one that I've wounded is wounded twice, right?
So one more kills it.
Oh, sorry.
So, fighting. You're rolling like Mitch over there.
How did you guys become heroes again?
I don't know, this
5.
Castle Refuge had confidence in
5
us. I
hit,
don't know
right?
why.
5 hits it.
5 hits them when they're shaken, yes.
Roll your damage.
So strength plus D10 plus 4. Or sorry, strength plus D10 is D10 plus 4, right? Oh,
Strength. Your strength is D12 plus 4.
there we go.
Plus a D10. So, put parentheses around the D12
Yeah,
plus
right.
4.
So it's for me in the power armor. That's just like when I do damage, though, right?
It's anytime you use your strength.
13.
Yeah. Power armor is powered armor. So
But my fighting and stuff is still fighting.
your fighting is just your skills. Yeah.
So I did do that correctly.
Which is why you can use that railgun now. Because it has a minimum strength of D12 or whatever it was. So, damage?
13.
Yeah, it's dead.
Sweet.
So
We got one.
we got one.
3 hits, but I got it. Like,
You actually had to go through all 3 turns.
I'm like, oh, there's a sharp side.
How do these vibroblades... Oh, I have to turn the switch on?
I'm throwing it.
Alright.
Let's see if this one
Recovers. He does not.
Good.
Shani.
Shani,
That's where that rolling stuff comes into play. We're like, fuck, there's only 2 of them. We're still fighting the same 2.
No. Well, I am not using that one. There we go. Hit. D10. D6 plus 2. 11. 12, 13. That's a hit with a raise. That's 2 wounds. It's dead.
Yay, we did it.
Because it's shaken. They're dead. You can't really get a good look up at the castle, so you don't know if they're alerted or not. At the fortress entrance.
We're still on the path headed towards the
Left flank. Yes.
to these possible like sewer entrances or some sort of water tunnels that Shani saw.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know exactly what they are. Just there is water coming out of them.
There's water coming out.
We don't know if we'll even be able to fit.
Correct. But you'll hopefully be out on a ledge where no one's looking.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can plan from there.
Does he grab me a new beer when he gets back?
Oh, yeah. New beer.
New beer for Wiley.
Uber. Hodor.
Hodor. They're dead.
Cool.
Shani killed it. Shani apologizes profusely to you and goes to heal you.
Oh, great. Last time she did healing.
Sucked for me. Ow. You're doing it wrong. Spit on it first.
That is with a raise, so 2 wounds.
Yay.
What? But she is now significantly down-powered. She can still activate her strength and her flight once, or her invisibility for a minute.
Plus, I've only got 95 shots left, so we're
yeah, we gotta watch it.
Low.
So are you pushing on after
I'm down
that?
at 20th. I would say so. I mean, that was the whole reason we came this way.
Like, you can pause and see if there's a reaction, or you can just try to get to that ledge as soon as possible after you drop them. And I'm assuming you also just throw them off the side, so that you're not leaving bodies behind.
Let's move forward, I think.
Yeah, just rush forward.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we're still fighting the time until they find the original crew that we killed.
Right. Mm-hmm. So you rush forward, and you just, give a quick glance right, and you see that there's much more alert activity going on, but you don't think they see you go from that path to the ledge. But you're not sure, because you're moving fast. So you're not sure if you're spotted. You just know you have to, at this point, you got to move quick. Like, if they did spot you, you're going to be trailed pretty fast and be fighting on a ledge where you can only fight one person at a time.
Yeah.
So the ledge is just wide enough to fit pretty much a broad kill, a 10-foot tall person. You're having a hell of a time because that gun pack coming off the side. What is your order? Like, who's in front, who's in back? You two can switch spots pretty easily if you're next to each other. But wherever place you are, you're blocking the entire path.
I was going to say, I think we should do what we did originally where you guys were ahead. I'm still behind. It's going to take me longer, so I'll take some fire if I have to while you guys move on.
I would say Shani's up front, I'm in the middle, and he's in the back.
Okay.
Because Shani kind of seen this before, so she's leading them.
One thing to note, this ledge isn't very deep. You're not sure how many shots you can give off before it falls out from underneath you, because you're drilling into it and it's only 6 foot deep. You're drilling a 6 foot pylon into it. It'll just break off eventually with the force of your shots.
I don't know, I can throw some rocks.
Yeah.
No, I'm already throwing.
You're hopefully like it could probably support one shot, but everything after that would be a risk of it just collapsing underneath you and you falling down the side of the mountain. Looking up, you do see that there are these little perches, these roosts that are coming out, they look like little cliff overhangs that have been pulled out of the mountain, and you can see the gargoyles up there. Now the gargoyles in the first one seem to be looking towards the front of the mountain, even though they can't see anything, or they're looking back in to wherever they're from, wherever that tunnel goes. So it looks like they're not, watching the ledge. And the ledge is pretty steep underneath them with some overhang, so they don't even have a good clear view of you. Except for it's still dusk, and you're on the side of the mountain now, pretty exposed to the sun. So if they do happen to look down, if any noise or anything happens below them, they will spot you immediately. So going forward, you're moving up, and you see exactly what she was talking about. There's these chutes coming out that are pouring water, and it's not a big waterfall coming off. It's pretty much just once the water hits the air, it's just poof, turning into mist almost. Just that little bit of water. They're about 20 feet above the path, and you see that there's been some type of grips. It's not really a ladder, but it looks like stone shaping again, the gargoyle stone shaping, so that people can climb up there and work on them, some type of maintenance, climbing thing. But it seems that that's what this ledge is here for, is to get to these chutes. So, if it gets packed with shit or whatever, they can make a broad kill go clean it out. But the first one coming out seems to be spraying pretty fine and consistently. So it doesn't look backed up or blocked. They are fairly sizable chutes. Crawling, you should be able to fit in if you can get up there.
Yeah, we made it this far. That sounds like what we were kind of aiming for anyway. Might as well continue on.
Alright. So, Shani's up front. You want her to go in first?
Yes.
I mean, because you can pass her. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Hope everyone has climbing.
I do definitely not have that.
You don't have that?
No, of course not.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone has climbing.
You don't have climbing?
You don't have climbing?
Huh?
What?
How would I have climbing?
Because you have like every skill in the book at this point.
Shani has climbing.
Yeah, but I'd take other things like...
Oh, he picked falling at a D6.
Fall. Well, you guys still want to go in this way?
I just
All right.
Yeah. I mean, we don't.
I mean, it's just kind of where we're at this point.
Let's
like,
do it.
What do we
All right,
turn
I'm done.
around and go back from whence we came?
We've made 3 other bad decisions. Let's just add one.
So, in this case, Shani says, I should go last.
Okay.
So, I'm the only one with climbing skill. I will kick off my super strength, which will be, I'm getting low, but if any of you slide or fall, I will have a chance to catch you.
Yeah, you're going to fall. All right, I'll go first then, so you guys are behind me.
Okay.
So me, Shani, and then you. So she's in the middle. Do you want to go first or you want to go last?
So, it probably should be him, then you, then her. Because if he falls and you can keep grip, he'll just run into you
Gotcha.
and can pick himself back up. If you fall, you're going to slide right out that chute unless she's there with her super strength to catch you.
Don't fall in my armor.
So.
Here we go, boys.
Oh, and there's water coming out, so it's... Oh my god. It's a further -2 to your D4 -2.
That's a great decision.
How did no one have climb? I ran a
literally
game.
never had to have climb.
So
our armor. We've climbed like 3 times.
I ran a game in War for 40K, and they were, everyone made their character, whatever it was, and their ship, like they're crashing in a airplane, a fighter craft, and I'm like, okay, well, you see a lake, like if you can at least get it to the lake, you think you could survive the crash. It's going to be a much softer landing than landing on the ground. So like, cool.
Flying. No,
they had flying, and they'd gotten shot out of the sky.
Probably.
They all didn't. None of them had swimming. Not a single player. So they chose to go to the water to land, and then none of them could swim out of the craft.
I bet you don't have swimming.
You don't have swimming?
I don't have swimming, yeah.
All right, well, then don't fall in the water.
Yeah, she doesn't have swimming either, so...
I was to say, like out of all the things we had to choose originally, like...
Climbing up walls, climbing up trees... Like, how? How did you not have that?
I'm a big dog. They don't generally climb up crap.
You're a soldier. You gotta climb over a fence every once in a while.
3. Come on, just roll.
Alright, let's do it. Glad you saved some bennies. Whoa.
What?
That bounced off the other die. That was weird.
Whoa, come on, man.
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4.
Wow.
4.
So, -4?
0.
I might have slipped.
You should add
Yeah.
a D6 to that.
Like... Alright.
I can't tell us. This is horrible.
4.
So your total is 4.
Your total is 4. You get up into it and are climbing through, like you're using your vibro claws to like jam in. And again, there's water coming down at you. Like
You've never used your feet the whole climb. You're like pulling yourself up Sylvester Stallone avalanche style. You're like, fuck it.
That's a success, though, right?
Come on. Just barely.
All right, Mitch.
Living on the edge.
This is just to get in.
I know,
Then you have like
right?
a whole bunch to climb. Like,
4 minus 2, so cool.
oh my god. Oh my god.
2.
I don't think you made it, buddy.
I don't think I made it either.
All right.
I'm not really sure what's happening anymore. Like, this is
So-
a horrible attempt.
Shani's gonna try to assist you.
Like, pull me up as I start to slip.
Hey, she got a hit with a raise, so that's a +2. You succeeded.
Go team, go!
Oh my god!
I mean, 2 rolls and an
Shani's climbing just fine
Yeah,
behind
she's
you
fine.
guys. So,
I told you she should have got it first.
all right.
All right.
Now you have to get through it. That was to get up into the tube.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Does the tube go up?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. Climbing again.
Who goes
That's-
first?
That's why I was like, I
Hold
thought
on.
this was tube that went like this. Like, I didn't know this was like, oh, you gotta climb
Yeah,
up
because
the
like
tube.
water doesn't like go up and out that way.
I thought it was coming from higher and like there was a tube and
Might
it
have,
fell out.
but like
Yeah.
it can come out horizontally. Like if there's an
I think we were
excess
both
of it.
picturing it too.
Eventually, it's going to have to come from up.
So it's fine. So we've walked to the end of this flat part of the tube.
No, it's a chute.
Also, it could be at a slight
It's a
decline where you
I
could still
can't use
walk.
my
You don't have to
stabilizing
climb.
boosters for like. Plus
Oh, you do have pluses to climbing.
Yeah, right.
Because you have the toe hooks.
I do, and I also have.
You can't pop those things down. But
No, I mean I have thrusters. I have,
Oh yeah. You
have-
can use. I mean, they don't assist you climb. You can't rocket them on.
they
They're
keep
for
me from
short
not falling.
bursts.
See, I'm-
But you can. So with your vibro claws and with your
yeah.
toe hooks, actually with your toe hooks and your thrusters, I'll give you a +4. You're getting a +2. So go at it again, guys.
Hang on real quick.
So we're literally just climbing again.
Climb it again, or athletics if you have that.
God, there's nothing in here about climbing for the glitter boy. Come on.
Oh
Yeah, buddy.
6.
So minus
6.
minus 2 +2. So you have a 6. So you climb successfully. All right, you have a +4, so you have a +2 net on your D4 -2. Good luck.
Yeah, this is not. It's like there's nothing in here about climbing. I'm like, there's gotta be something. They're like, don't climb. What's wrong with you?
I thought you guys were climbing last game. Like, you were using climbing to climb up the mountain.
No, we used our vehicles.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
You were
and we
using
didn't do very well either. It took us a while.
Right. So you... Yeah, that's a penny. No, hold on. You have a net +2. That would work. You have a 3,
5.
right?
Yeah.
So that's a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
You scared me. I was like, whoa,
All right.
what is my negative?
No, that's
3
good.
doesn't work.
You're good.
All right, cool.
You good?
Fuck. I'm like,
Yeah,
we're slowly climbing up. What's that sound?
She got an 8, so she's just
Fucking
whatever. Pushing you.
Oh, God.
My God.
How was your game last night? It was great. I spent 4 bennies climbing in a tube.
Right? So now you know what skills to get next.
Well, I added charisma this time. That we
You have charisma, which is great. You can totally talk your way out of...
Also
I don't know,
bullshit. As soon as
Proctor.
we take climbing, it'll be like, we don't need climbing the rest of the game. Hope you have Streetwise that you've never used.
You know what would have really helped right now? I think would have been some rope that you have that we never used.
Well, no, the Burster had that, and that's long burn.
He got all of my equipment before we
but
left the...
That was on you when you...
No,
No,
it
it
wasn't. It was in.
I had
It was
nothing.
in the
I was
storeroom.
wearing my raggy pants. You took everything that I
didn't
had.
write it down that
So
I have
you
it.
didn't have it.
So.
But you still, there's nothing to tie it off
I know,
to.
I'm just joking around. It's not good.
Now, yeah,
Right
there's
rope
other
in
things.
there.
So anyway, you climb up.
Rope.
You get to.
Rope. Has a slightly burned smell. I'm sure it's fine.
This terminates in a cistern. So you're inside a water reservoir, essentially a sealed water reservoir made out of stone. It's just filling up with small chutes or pipes that are coming into it, and then once the overflow hits a certain point, it comes down the chute. There are some things floating in there you don't want to think about too much. And you guys are both in environmentally sealed suits, so Shani's the only one really getting the full brunt of this, though she has her armor on.
Can we
or
find
magic
any
armor.
ladders amongst these chutes?
No chutes and ladders. No chutes, no ladders in chutes. So, but
You're big chutes.
It is sealed closed, so you're going to have to bust it open or figure out some other way.
I can...
So re-explain what exactly we're looking at. So we've reached the top of this.
You know what a cistern is, right?
Like, I think of a massive water tank.
Okay.
And it's overflowing into the release tubes
So
which closed.
you are now like waist high in essentially a massive closed water tank. Mm-hmm. Actually, probably more like chest high for you, waist high for you. And there's chutes and things like coming in, bringing in whatever from the rest, whatever wastewater or water that are being brought in. But this is obviously there's some filters and things like that you popped out to get into here. So it's trying to keep some water, but it's just filtering a lot of mess off. So the chute is at a level in the back of the cistern that once the water reaches to a certain amount, it drains down the chute.
Academy Award-winning Alec Baldwin's movie, The Shadow.
The what?
The Shadow. Is that what it's called? Damn it.
I like Broadway.
What's the one that takes place in like the 40s?
Yeah, it's The Shadow.
It is a Shadow, yeah.
I've never seen it.
Well, there's a part he's in a water tower in that, and normally he can turn invisible, and he can turn buildings invisible, he can turn cars invisible if he thinks about it hard enough. The problem is when he's waist deep in water, there's a hole in the water over there.
Yeah.
That's when he's in the water tank and he gets into a fight, and like, oh, it's not good. So,
not good.
Sorry I shared that with you guys. And spoiler alert, 17-year-old horrible Alec Baldwin movie.
Alec Baldwin. So the cistern has a portal that can open up so you can like look in and deal with it. It's not big enough for you guys, but also the entire front of the cistern can open like on a hinge, but obviously all these are sealed and locked from the outside.
How are they locked? They lock with a key and lock?
No. It's not a lock. It's a pin. Like, so on the front, they close the entire front of the cistern, water tank.
So this is kind of primitive technology.
There's a latch and a metal pin. I mean, and you're not even seeing this because you're inside. You just see that there's a seam.
Yeah.
And that it looks like it opens. And then you're seeing a portal, like a sewer cover, portal, like turn the winch. But all that is on the outside. So you guys are strong enough that you can pop either of these things open. It's just going to spill water everywhere. And if you and her can fit out the portal if you want to scout what's out there first before he has to bust open.
One of you should definitely do that because I can't climb up again.
Because if he busts open everything and the water pours out, that's noise. If there's people in there, they're going to know. Mm-hmm. But you just wrenching the...
What's Shani's stealth at?
D8.
I think, but she's super out of energy. We should conserve her for a bit.
She doesn't have the strength to pop open the...
Not just that, but if we send her in there invisibly right now to look around when you could sniff.
I wasn't going to use her invisibility. Just use her regular stealth. Like, she has stealth outside of her invisibility.
Just D8. Mm-hmm.
But she would like to scout out the portal. We'd still have to use some sort of strength.
You still have to open that. It's pretty much like a, so if you think of a big water tank, you're looking at the outside of it. The whole front of it opens up, it seems. But there's also, on the top half, just a circular little, like, submarine hatch type thing.
Like there's no reason to open hatches from the inside of a water system.
So there's nothing in here that opens that.
Except for safety. This is very unsafe. It's an OSHA non-compliant water tank.
Well, for one, OSHA doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
For two, gargoyles and broadkill don't give a shit if you die in the water tank.
Alright, well, it looks like it's me that's going to do this.
So...
I use my glitter boy armor to very effectively water at you.
No! You've seen the rabbit that the person was doing that to? And it's like, both hands!
Yeah. It's very cute, dude. You should watch it.
You'd love it. Mindy would love it too. Because it's got a rabbit.
I know. So what am I doing though right now?
It's up to you. What do you want to do? This is...
You want to pop the thing open?
I'm trying to. It's trying to go peek out this portal.
Yeah. You can
have
through
enough,
it, right?
Yeah.
It's not closed.
It is closed.
The portal is closed.
Yeah, the little submarine hatch is closed and sealed. Like, it's closed from the outside, but your strength, you just pop. You pop that thing right.
So I go dink for you.
Right, yeah, you could just punk if you want. But, like, you could get up in there, put your shoulder and just try to put enough force into it, just enough to bend it and pop it out, trying to be as quiet as possible.
You should do that. Such as I love splitting into group.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not really going that far away from you guys.
No, you're all in this. You're all in this cistern.
Party.
So you're all in this tank, essentially. So you pop the door open. Punk, peek out.
Makes that.
Make a notice check plus your senses plus the sensor suite for another 2. So your notice plus 4.
I'll get a good roll, Connor. Come on, yeah.
As soon as I was like, I could feel the double ones coming on that roll. So
chest first.
Had to hold it back. That's good. Plus 4? 8.
Yeah.
All right. You hear lots of creaking and
lot.
leaking and running water, but no movement or any other things.
The sounds of a cistern.
Yeah, you hear the sounds of maintenance tunnels, like pipes and steam and a little bit of a hum of probably a power plant of some type somewhere in the walls. But when you pop that thing open, there's a row of 4 more of these cisterns and a whole bunch of pipes coming in and out of them, and that's about it. You're just in this maintenance cistern room. The waterworks of the fortress.
All right, guys, let's pop one of those doors open or whatever.
We can't, from where we're at, I have to blow it open.
Yeah, you'd have to. It'd be really loud, but you coming out, you can pull the pin on it.
Okay.
There's drains, there's drains on the bottom, so you're gonna. A whole bunch of water is gonna spill out, and you're gonna have to seal this thing back up. Otherwise, water's gonna continue.
There's no markings on any of these tubes, nothing that would indicate which way we should head, or who we're under, or we're just under everything at this point. Yeah, all right.
And it's open. There's no doorways. There's just 2. This is just a hallway opens up into this room where these 4 tanks are up against the walls with all the piping and everything coming out of them. You're obviously in the sub-levels where it's just maintenance run.
All right.
So you pop that, water spills out, you step out, you shoulder the thing closed again and pin it back. So seal it back up. A whole bunch of water flowed into the drain.
That's what she said.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense. Just wanted to work it in.
There's a left and a right. So the right, coming from where you came in,
That one made sense.
would be more towards...
Sorry, what I said next time was way more what she said.
So the right would be, theoretically, more towards the front of the fortress. So the left would be more deeper into the fortress.
I feel like this ridiculous route means we should continue deeper. And going back to the front means we've wasted all these bennies all this time and all that fighting we could have done. We could have done it ourselves. Could always blow the turrets now and see what happens.
Just to see what happens.
You continue on to the left.
Yep, well,
deeper, yeah.
Dope.
Dope. I'm down for heading left. Yep, he's in charge.
I think left is the way to go.
All right. Left you go. So, left takes you what seems to be deeper into the maintenance structure of this fortress. This was definitely crafted by those stone shapers, so gargoyles. But it seems that it was crafted not for them. So, 10-foot about 14-foot halls, more crafted for gargoyles and broadkill, smaller races compared to them. Pipes, electrical, wiring, all kinds of fun stuff down here. Enter a couple more rooms, which seem to be more either cisterns or power junctions or furnaces. You do encounter a couple gargoyle lights, but you know how to deal with those. Stop. You get to a couple like junctions, and from the feeling of the power and the vibrations in the wall, you have a couple choices. So you can kind of go right, which seems more towards center of fortress, and maybe a pathway up. It seems if you keep on your path that's curving around, though, you're going to eventually hit whatever the power plant of this place is.
I mean, we could do a lot of damage in the power plant.
Okay, so head towards that area.
All right. I mean, it doesn't matter to me which way you go.
What was the other direction? Sorry.
It seems like it would kind of like start to take you back into the fortress proper, into like the center of the fortress, get you up out of the maintenance tunnels and into where, you know, the shifter and his things are doing their stuff. So pretty much if you head right, you're going to go up and into the fortress proper. If you head left, you're going to go deeper into the maintenance and eventually hit whatever is powering this place. Or at least powering something. You feel the power, like, you know, reverberating through this. There's a power plant somewhere.
If we do enough damage that we destroy the actual habitat, we might catch a shifter, we might not.
Yeah, understand that the shifter doesn't, you know, he's magical. He doesn't give a shit about... It's not going to stop him. But it's going to affect if the doorways aren't just stone,
well, I was gonna say,
and all that kind of stuff. It'll affect lighting stone or lighting entrances, security, any electronic or whatever. But you don't know how much that they have.
My thought is that, as my character, like, I would want to do as much damage to this place, even if we don't kill the shifter, just because I'd want us to have one less broad kill base to deal with later. So whether we catch him or not might be taking second place of the mission suddenly, now that we know where the core energy source is, or what we think is. Even if it's not the core, if it's a node strong enough that we can feel it in the walls, it might make sense to go in there and just blow it up and escape, and then see what happens after that.
I'd say we should at least let's just go see what it is exactly. Like, we don't even know what kind of power source this is. Like,
don't know how to live with what it is.
What?
That's that stupid corn song.
Jonathan Davis.
Oh, was
Sorry.
it just Jonathan Davis alone?
What it is, what it is. Don't sue me, BMI.
There may be
What?
some sort of...
Our stream just went down. It's weird.
You owe us $300. Click here to pay. I'm down for checking that part out, because going back into the center is going to be fine. I mean, we can always get in there and see what we're doing and try to accomplish our mission, which is killing the shifter.
At least so far down to this area, they don't seem to have, like, patrols or anything. So, like, we can walk down here, it seems like, as much as we want. Like, if there's little gargoyle lights, we just snap
Well,
their
they
necks
have to
real
answer
quick.
to somebody eventually, too. We can't just
Again.
waste our time down here, but I think we should move towards the planet.
Oh, we might as well see what this power thing is, and then decide from there.
All right, let's do that then.
All right. You continue on, and this path is going, you know, from where you went left, which is west, but it's starting to kind of like curve around. So, I mean, if there's a structure to this fortress, you know, you're down here going on the outskirts of the maintenance tunnels and all this, you're getting towards like probably what is the end, you know, of this whole structure internally. You circle around. It has pretty hard bend. You take a look, and now it opens up. So the tunnels open up so that 16-foot tall things can walk around down here. You're starting to also see tunnels that come down from up above that are larger. So this is supporting gargoyles movement. And this is when you get to your first sealed door. Like it's embedded into the stonework around it, metal portal.
So I have some knowledge in electronics and mechanics. Can I try to discern what kind of door opening this is? Can I try to see if I can open it or not?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do electronics.
Okay. There are no electronics.
Let's do mechanics.
Okay.
Right. Looks like a door.
Yeah. It's one of those, like, it's got a heavy handle that looks like it's one of those, like,
Yeah.
whatever, the bar locking mechanism on the other side.
I'll skinny that too.
You don't know what type of security is on there. So it could be that it is bound or locked from the other side. But there doesn't seem to be any way to communicate through it, or
there's no like portal or view wall, or
there's no portal, there's no view wall, there's no slide, there's no punch pad. But
we're pretty sure this is where the power is.
Yeah, like it's again. The more you're moving in here, the more you feel that vibration through the walls of a power source.
Do you have anything that might open or look at?
I mean, you guys are in power armors. So D12 plus 4. You can just pop these doors open. They are not that secure. But again, you're leaving.
It's just, we don't know what's on the other side.
You don't know what's on the other side. You don't know, like, you don't see electronics from this side, but that doesn't mean there's not a security system on the other side.
This is like the label they put on Akira's tomb. I feel like if you just told everybody what they were getting into, nobody would ever open it.
Yeah.
Since you bury it and freeze it, everyone's like, let's go check it out.
But like this thing wouldn't withstand a glitter boy just grabbing that handle and popping the thing open. Even if it's bound on the other side, it can't hold that. And if that doesn't work, if for some reason that snaps the thing off without opening it, you could just grab the door and pop it open.
All right, you guys want me to tear the door off?
Like, would there be any point to me, like...
If we don't do it, we can't set any alarms off, obviously.
Yeah.
If we do it, and it's nothing, and we set an alarm off, that sucks. If we do open it, and it is something, that's great, but if we set the alarm off, it's bad, so it's one of those...
Can I check?
You could take about, 5 minutes, take one of your grenades, and basically dismantle it to put an explosive that would pop the bolt pretty much going through, which would release everything. It would be a quieter entrance with a lot less visible damage if someone were just to walk up to the door, but it would take time to do it.
Also, if there's an alarm, it will still set the alarm
It would still set the alarm off. True.
We're in a shitty enough place, I think, that alarm won't be that bad. It'll take a while.
And also remember, if any alarm is set off in any one place, and you think you've... So, this is to the tactics. If you set off alarm deep in the fortress here, pop your explosives for the 2 turrets out front, which would set off 2 more alarms, and people wouldn't know where to go. It would confuse some of the security. But, what were you going to say?
Is there any point to me, noticing or investigating this area, or at least checking for, magic? To make sure this thing doesn't have a magical
When you pop your helmet open, there's enough magical residue because there's obviously gargoyles and broadkiller moving in and out of here. Mm. This entire hallway is made with stone shaping, so that's magic. But you're not seeing anything. There's not a sense of anything more, so it's not like this is magically trapped or alarmed.
Put your helmet back on.
It just opens.
Alright, fuck it. Plato, open the door.
Alright.
So you pop that thing open, you hear something snap and pop and some metal hit the ground on the other side. Are you opening it or someone else, or are you opening it to someone else to look in? Are you doing
I'm basically just pulling the door open.
He's opening it for me to look in.
Are you doing the SWAT tactical? You're the one that opens the door.
He's
and
I'm
no, I feel like I probably would have just been
oh. Well, he might tell you something different.
Can we open up a little bit?
Yeah.
Mind
He wants you to
open
open it for him to look through.
Open it so I can look through.
Yeah. So you pop the handle, and that releases the door, which you step back and open it for him to look through with his railgun tactically. So the door opens. Down again. There's like a lot more conduit down here. A lot more like power conduit, big cabling and things like that. There's some of the water piping and other kind of things like that coming in and out. A lot more heat down here is registering. I mean, you don't feel it, but it's registering on your sensors. And you look down here, there's a steamy, kind of misty corridor past this, and you see a gargoyle mechanic like going, huh?
I don't have anything to obscure the area.
Need some smoke grenades. Actually, it's from McKellar.
No.
They shoot the angle. Ding, 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 ding. They shoot a smoke grenade towards the wall, but to the left side.
Oh, yeah,
the wall.
yeah.
It's
Ding,
the ceiling.
ding,
it's the other wall.
ding.
It's the ground. The other wall.
And so just
makes it.
now this whole thing is kind of like misty and sticky in here. Your sensors are cutting through fairly easily to see this gargoyle. He's not wearing these sensors. They have some infravision, but he's not seeing much of you either. But, not to say that you can just shut the door and go, sorry, my bad.
Do we see the power source?
No, this is still more... Yeah. This is like the first junction into a more secure, hey, we can't just let people walk down to the power plant type thing.
I'll charge at him.
Okay.
You said it's just a gargoyle, right?
It's just a gargoyle, like mechanic. You've seen these guys get escorted by the power armored gargoyles before.
Roll for Logan.
You
fail at Logan.
You get the surprise attack. He's not expecting this at all. So
just regular fighting on D6.
Yep.
So, with no
+1.
No, his parry is at 2.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh my god, Deyton.
Did you hit at least?
2 and a 1.
All right. Well, you hit.
I got a 2.
Oh, that's right. It's parries too, so you do hit him.
I like.
He's just totally blindsided by this.
The critical failure T-shirt is definitely what we need as a group. That's our new name, the critical failure group.
So do you get to roll damage?
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's the first time that we've ever been like, so do I still roll for damage? Like, yeah, you hit him. You hit him like 2, this.
Plus D8. AP 6? AP 4.
AP 4. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Just the 12 and the 8?
Mm-hmm. You didn't get a raise, so he definitely didn't get a raise.
Hey.
I got a 4. Plus 2, 6.
That was a 7. Is that really a 2? God.
That's another 1. 2.
It's like shaken with laughter.
Yeah, he's shaking. We're really doing this. For the gargoyle mechanic, I'm going to have to hand out a whole bunch of initiative cards.
Well, it's still the sneak. Don't I get to strike at it too? It's shaking.
No, because you just opened it up and you see him run in. Like,
if anything, Shani?
No,
it's. I mean, the corridors are big enough for multiple people to move, but you're the one that were there and got the jump. Now it's normal reaction time.
We took 2 wakes up and show back up at like 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3,
so
3, 3. Like, what the fuck?
Punishing you for being away.
Yeah, right.
You got your straight again with a Shatarian warrior. 10 and 7 of clubs. Terrible. Terrible.
All I'm doing is making cards better for you, buddy.
Oh, that's true. Queen and Jack of Spades.
Hey,
look at that. Who is this person? She looks coalition, but she's casting magic. I don't know who that is. Ace of Hearts for Shani.
What the hell?
And Queen of Clubs for the gargoyle.
Queen of what?
Clubs.
That's worse than spades.
It is. It's the worst card.
Also, an ace is better than
It can't be a Side Stalker or a Technomancer.
No, it's either a Leyline Walker or a Mystic or a Shifter. But
you know what? I bet you that it's the Coalition Leyline Walker. I think.
Well, they don't have Leyline Walkers.
What else could this be?
They only use psionics. It might. But is she attacking that coalition, or is she?
She's basically emitting lightning while she floats by. She's doing like a troop inspection.
Weird. I'll have to look up.
Yeah, seriously, that's a good one for me too. I'm stumped. Neither of us knows what the hell that is. It's weird.
Yeah, they don't use magic at all.
No, I don't.
But they do use psionics.
That's a really powerful psionic to be floating and emitting lightning from her hand without damaging.
It could be a mind melter, but I don't know. That's weird.
Even that would be a powerful fucking mind welder.
Anyway, Shani, do your thing.
Okay, so Shani is going first. Shani runs up and
kill this thing, so none of us have to do it.
And is going to hit you right in the back of the other leg.
Damn it!
Both Achilles heels.
Don't do that. Oh, where's your fighting? Fighting words. Oh God. Sorry. It was close, but no. Spin to Benny. Get an extra d6. Got a hit with a raise. Nope. 9, 5 plus 4. Yes, hit with a raise. D6. D10 plus D6.
Actually, it's already dying of laughter.
Yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's dead.
Yes.
So yeah, we wasted a whole set of cards just for that.
That's
all right.
We learned something today. There's some weird...
So...
I don't know what that is.
Well, yeah.
The artwork looks like it's from, like... It's not Savagery, so what is it?
See, that doesn't even look like a coalition person.
Yeah, but that's a dead boy in front, and the armor is black, like shiny.
Is that a dead boy with a spiked mohawk top?
I mean, it might be like a Spider Walker pilot or something. Like it looks like it still looks like it belongs to the Coalition. Her armor is black, shiny breastplate. I mean, that's Coalition, 100%. There's no way that's not Coalition.
It could be True Federation of Magic. They're pretty black, evil magic user.
I don't know.
I think we're going to go on a journey tonight online.
I'm just looking it up right now. But...
it's hard to find, though.
We need to take a picture of that and reverse Google search.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you did?
I just took a picture of it. I haven't reversed Google image. I wanted to keep going on, but we killed that thing. So.
Right. So you kill it, and now you're getting into these steamy, misty tunnels that are like... Heat's rising. Moving forward, you come to a junction that you're looking, you're not moving up there, but you see that there is a gargoyle guard protecting it.
Can it see us?
The moment you step out, there's a pretty good length of hallway that you'll have to traverse before you get to it. He seems to have a pistol of some type, possibly an ion pistol or a plasma pistol, and a axe, possibly vibro or some type of energy weapon.
We've reached a junction where it becomes a T-joint.
So yeah, like you're going to come around a corner, like you're coming around a corner of a hallway, and then it goes up, and there's 2 doorways off of it, and in the middle is a gargoyle guard.
It's right in the middle. Okay.
And he is in armor, not power armor. He's like leaning on an axe, and he's got a pistol.
So he's still unaware of us.
Correct.
This is fucking railgun, that guy.
That will be loud.
I was like, we will make a lot of noise.
But everything else is sealed in front of us.
You can hope that, you can feel and hear the hum of the power plants of the walls. The railgun going off is going to reverberate and echo down all of this.
Do a bow and arrow.
You Hawkeye?
Yeah.
Tink! Oh.
I think you should do your last time. You should charge that fucker and just get him.
You and Johnny.
Yeah.
And then you can follow up. The room's big enough for the 3 of you to get in there.
Yeah, because this dude's in it.
You will not get a Ginga bonus because it's pretty awkward. But you will still be able to have all 3 of you attacking it.
And it will see us coming, I imagine.
The moment someone runs out, yeah. Mm-hmm. You will get around to do actions against it, but it will have its full parry because it is at guard.
Well, let me go first then, because I can at least tank it a little bit.
Sure.
All right.
Thundercats. Oh.
All right, go.
All right. Fighting again. Here we go.
Pick that lock with your railgun.
Yeah, right. It's brain lock. Fuck you. Okay, Jesus Christ. Here, take my last Benny. For fuck's sake. I rolled a 2 and a 1. That's what I did.
It's so much better this time.
Give me that Benny.
I got a 3. I already gave it. Yeah, it's copied.
So what did you get? A 3?
3. I got 2 the first time. I got a 3 second.
So you run up and it's like...
I hit the roof of the cave with my sword.
And then it blocks with its axe.
Yeah.
Does your fighting suck? Like,
his fighting's terrible.
Yeah, I don't normally come up on things.
Also understand that even though I advanced him to kind of where you are a little bit, Glitter Boys don't start. Like, you started with a ton of skills and abilities because you don't have a Glitter Boy armor.
You're also a veteran.
Yeah, so you started at a much higher level with a lot more skill packages. Like Glitter Boys start with a fucking Glitter Boy armor, so they don't start with a bunch of skills and attributes and all that stuff.
Like if I wanted to shoot it, I would have vaporized it.
Yes.
It would have been easy. I would have been like,
take my turn before Shani.
I would have not even looked at the dice if I was shooting it.
7?
Nice.
That hits.
I threw in a 1 in there too, just so everyone knows that I can still do that.
I saw that.
So...
What's the name of your D&D group? God damn it.
Let's do...
Wait, that's what you call them? God damn it.
D12 it plus the D8, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. D12 plus D8 plus 2.
What, an 11? I've never seen a double-digit number before.
On one of those dice?
Fuck.
What does that even mean? Well, 11 plus the 3. That's 14 plus 2, 16.
16.
With 4 AP.
4 AP. Armor piercing 4, it has a toughness of 21, 9 of which is armor. So that takes it down. Oh no. Let me make sure what armor.
That tickles.
Nope, that is true. So 21 minus 4 is
18. Or sorry.
17?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
17. So what did you get?
16?
Oh.
Yeah. Because 14 plus 2.
So close. So close. 111.
I could reroll.
No.
Don't use that last
There's
video.
nothing left.
Shani charges.
Right when I think, hey, I didn't roll
she
like,
misses.
Like, yeah.
I didn't roll like shit.
I was making fun of Universe. What did you get there?
D2 and a 1.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, so before we start this, let's take a little break.
Who's Stella? Stella?
Stella, damn it, Stella! Take a little break, little boys' room. We'll be right back. After these messages,
we might as well just storm the front and died.
Yeah, right.
At least you've been able to shoot your guns.
Fucking A.
Because you guys are much better at shooting guns.
Is your toilet still messed up?
It is. You have to turn it on at the wall.
Yep.
Or you're just gonna wait.
I'll wait for it. God, this is ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, you guys. So you guys need to up your melee game. You need to up your climbing game.
See, this is all. I mean, it might still be because we're new, but it's just like I took a bunch of crap that's come in use before. But, like, one of the things that, like, I haven't used at all is streetwise. Like I mentioned earlier. I was like, why the hell do I even have that?
Right.
Survival, I don't even think I've used that.
So one thing you need to, like, look at now that you've got some power armor is, like, upgrading your... You just strapped your dog boy claws onto those, but you can put on bigger, powered claws.
Yeah, but I have to
onto
survive this thing.
Yep, you do have to survive.
We're going to be okay. Hopefully, we just quit rolling twos.
Like, eventually, you're just gonna have to start shooting. Like that's like you guys are.
We're doing okay.
You're shooters, so
I know.
It seems like the way it's gonna go. But you've picked your target, so you know you have a goal now. Like you're gonna take out that power plant, which is good. I mean, it's good to have a target.
I know that's right, but this has been a tough fucking session.
Yeah.
Like, normally we roll once or twice as bad and we make fun of each other, but this is like, God, we've gone through what?
Well, that was like
through 8 bennies between the two. Or, sorry, we've gone through 7 bennies between the two of us.
Was it you or Deyton that I got Expedition and played with first? It was you, right?
You played me. We played first. Where it's like, don't take any magic or music characters. You don't take any music characters. Don't take any music characters.
And we and the dice just at the end decided we were not going to win.
We rolled nothing higher than an 8 for like an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, it was terrible.
It's like, well, these dice have just decided that we're not going to win.
I think Deyton was there. No, he was in Presence.
Yeah, he didn't. He was on vacation. He was up in.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He was on. Yeah, he was in Portland.
We're talking about when Expedition, when we first played Expedition, we breezed through the tutorial, and then we went that first Undead mission, and the dice just said, nope, you are not going to survive this.
Like, we drank and played for like an hour and a half and never rolled higher than like an 8.
I think it was in Flagstaff.
Flagstaff, that's where you were.
Well, at the end of it, too, we found out it was like, don't pick any music characters for the tutorial. We're like, both of our characters had music.
We did well for the tutorial. We did the second one, which was that
we couldn't beat
that
3
mistress.
Mushrooms. There were 3 mushrooms.
No, we beat those. It was the mistress. What's her face? Like
I don't know. It was like graveyard. Yeah,
that was it. Right. That was the one where we went down to fight the undead.
That's right.
And then we played it again when he got back.
Mm-hmm. We're like, oh, this is much better.
Yeah. 3 and a king.
Yeah.
So
it was much better, but we still didn't succeed. If I remember correctly.
We did not.
This was
Joker! So 10 of spades and a joker. Joker.
There it is.
So there it is. There's some bennies back for you guys.
Woo! Thank goodness. We need them. Just so we can hit something.
Oh, yeah.
4 for Shani.
That's okay.
3 for the gargoyle.
Yes. See? I was like, as long as they get less, but they won't get less.
Okay, so you can go anytime you want. Do you want to go first? Or do you want to let other people go and see what happens?
I'll let Mitch go.
Yeah. He has a much better chance of shaking him, and if you can shake him, you can get that. Have an easier time of getting that wound on him.
Say, God, do we have to get what 21 total?
Mm-hmm.
Like toughness.
21 total toughness minus whatever your AP is.
Wait, what is this that we're fighting against?
A gargoyle.
Oh, okay.
This is a full-up armored gargoyle. Not
power
power
armor.
armor.
Power armor. That'd be even worse. But
I can shoot it.
These guys couldn't
won't work this turn either. It would just be next turn.
Yeah, these guys couldn't get far enough away in this corridor.
That's right. I would deafen and blind you guys.
Yeah.
So if anyone's gonna shoot it, it'd probably be me.
It's true.
If you're a railgun.
The deafening factor would be outrageous.
Oh, absolutely.
I have to sort it then, I guess.
Yeah. Sword. He definitely needs some more melee.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 14.
Yep, that's a hit with a raise.
It's close to getting another raise, right?
What was it? Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, 16 would have been another raise.
Yeah, only one raise matters on attack rolls for damage.
Alright,
So I should allow you to start converting other raises to other things. But
So
make it easier for
do that
It's
sort
not-
of thing again.
this isn't
with
easy.
your damage.
so D12,
plus D10 plus 4.
D10, D4, D6, the raise.
Yeah.
Ah, the raise.
Yep, the raise gives you extra D6
Yeah,
damage.
those raises are nice.
We got a 9, 10, 11, 12.
Wait, plus 4?
Plus
Right.
4.
16.
And your AP is
4. It's 20.
17. Again, that rerolls the entire thing. You don't add a
Oh, I don't get
D6.
to add a D6. What do you think? Keep it or...
You won't do anything. So either you're choosing to do nothing or try to reroll.
Because, like...
Oh,
I mean, you asked me what I thought, and then you said, fuck you.
so
10, 15, 18, plus 4?
Plus 4, 22.
22 versus a
With an AP 4.
AP4.
21's a 17, so 17 plus 4 is 21. You had a 22, so that's a hit with a raise,
Boom!
So
which is shaken
wounded.
and wounded.
Oh, just barely. Holy shit. That's as close as you can get. Holy crap.
You gonna go or you gonna let her go?
Go. Keep the momentum rolling. Come on.
Okay.
Team beats.
Alright.
What exactly do I get?
Plus 2 to everything,
Everything,
including damage.
even damage. Cool.
Also, I'm changing your shirt to say Beats by Day. BEETSDEY. It's going to be a beat with headphones. Beats by Day.
A beat with headphones. You should just make the headphone beat shaped.
Alright. So. 7 to hit it.
That's a hit.
There's no raise on that. It's gonna be
Hit
8.
no raise.
Yeah, it's going to be an 8 at least.
Hmm.
Don't. Just hit it. Come on. I've already incapacitated it. Or knocked it out, sorry.
Oh, was that with the plus 2?
Yeah, that's why.
What you roll?
5.
Because I rolled a 5.
7. So, that's a hit.
Oh, it's your wild
But
dice.
if I
Sorry.
got a
Not
raise,
adding.
I
Sorry,
could
I'm
add
looking
a
at damage. Yes.
D6.
You can add a D6 to the damage roll.
Fuck it. Let's make it a Benny hot game. Do it.
You get, like, if we play 7 to 10, that's normally what our
I
goal
know,
is.
right? We're come on. We're going to get Benny's.
So, we're 15 minutes away from closing the session.
Like the
You're
worst
not-
the worst I could do is get a raise.
The worst you
even
can
if
do.
I roll a 1, I'm going to get 8.
Obviously. Yeah. You guys are going to get all your bennies back next session, and you're not going to encounter the shifter this turn.
But also the best I can do is get a raise.
Correct.
But, fuck it. I get a raise. I don't even know why I rolled,
Did
but...
you see it fall off the wall?
It just bounced off the wall and dropped in.
What's happening
Oh
this
my
week?
god. Alright, so you got a raise. So,
Jesus Christ.
D12, D8,
Fucking eating crap on a
D6,
cracker right now, dude.
plus 2.
Plus, actually 4 this time?
4.
Because I have a plus
Yep.
2 already.
And the
so-
plus 2. And the Joker.
So, wait, 13 plus 4.
That would be 17 plus
17
3 is
plus 4
It's 21.
is 21. And I have 4 AP. So it's at a 17. And I got 21.
That's just a hit.
So, AP is 4.
Mm-hmm.
You got a 21.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a 21 minus 4. So that's a hit with a raise. So he's already shaken, so he's taking a wound. Actually, I think you can only do wounds after they're shaken, but I'm going to just call it the shaken converts to a wound, and you do another wound for the raise. So it's dead.
By 1 point.
Yeah.
By 1 point.
I was like,
Yeah,
because
once
if I had rolled a 20, I wouldn't have gotten it.
Yeah,
You wouldn't have gotten that. You'd have just done one.
You'd have to discuss what to do next. God damn it.
So technically, kind of using that Benny to get that raise might have been good.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the first one of our sessions that I actually rewatched the whole thing and be like, what just
What
happened right
happened?
now? This is
right.
insane.
So it's dead. You have 2 doors. They're both sealed doors. These do have some type of security mechanism on them, though. Looks like a weird key slot thing. Though the gargoyle you just killed has what looks like the key slot.
I got it.
Because I was going to say, can you tell if it's electronic? Is it mechanical?
It's mechanical.
It's mechanical, but he has a literal physical key on it, so don't worry about that.
So it looks like this. It's a... basically, it's like this with slots cut into it and holes in it, and you just slide it into this thing, and it allows it to pop open.
Does it open both doors or just one?
It looks like it fits in both. You haven't tried on either yet. I mean, you tell me.
We can't really tell like what it looks like is going either which way, right? They're just
your sensors will tell you the one to the right is hotter than the one on the left.
So on the right might be more.
It could be anything. It could be an exhaust. It leads towards an exhaust port from the energy, and the cooler one is because it's siphoning out that way. Hot sounds like where the core is at, though.
I mean, hot generates heat, but even like whatever the reactor is shouldn't generate that much heat.
Then let's skip it. That sounds dangerous.
Like it sounds like it could be the furnace or the exhaust for things, or
plus Shani's not armored like we are, so
she does have her magic armor on.
She does, but she's
which is sealed.
Is it sealed?
Yeah. Well, it's.
Or the shifter has a burster friend that's just hanging out in this room.
He is the power supply.
Nobody has burster friends. There's only one burster in this game. There's no
there's two. There's one back at Castle Refuge. Your buddy. Your buddy.
I don't even know what his name was.
I can't remember.
I called him Gary.
No, you had a. I gave you a name.
No, I did, but I was mean and got rid of that.
You're mean. Yo, you actually just got rid of your character.
No, I put it somewhere, but who knows? Oh, right here. Nope, who knows? Yeah, I buried him, so. Oh, here he is. Hang on. I dug him up. Fuck, this looks more like your character. You know this stuff.
What?
No, I'm just saying, like, Iggy was doing very well for himself, so he did a lot of. No, I clearly didn't write him down. That's okay. Anyway,
I have it somewhere.
I'm
Not
down
that it
for.
matters.
Well, let's go. If what he says is true, like it's too hot to be where the energy's coming from, we should take the other door.
Yeah, you all knowing some mechanics, demolition, stuff like that. That feels like it's producing heat, specifically.
Yeah.
That way. You generally don't want that on your power core.
That is kind of what I was saying. It sounds like exhaust rather than generation. So let's go through the other one if the key opens it.
The key does open it.
Okay.
Here we Never mind, the key opens.
Yeah, basically you put that in the slot, and the door will pop up and open, and you open it, and you can pull the key back out.
Okay.
What are you doing with the bodies at this point? Because there's not a whole lot of places to hide them.
I'd say
you're leaving where they lie.
We probably would have just left them where they were. We really weren't thinking about that at this point.
The one in the whatever room that was all like kind of steamy and misty, like
corridor,
maybe just tucked it against the wall, but like for the most part, believe that like the steam and stuff, like unless someone's like specifically looking for it, like they're probably not gonna like run into it.
So like cistern room, we could have tied a couple of rounds.
This one, let us look through the door first to make sure there's no enemies, and if there's not, then let's maybe drag it with us.
Notice check.
Because, I don't want to be dragging this heavy-ass gargoyle, and then all of a sudden, oh shit.
+6, yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Finally.
Fuck.
On the notice check, of course.
13 plus 2, 15.
This.
I feel like the curse is lifted, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so loud.
Such a way it lifted out
the 2 straight hours of rolling like crap. God.
This opens up into a staging area. Like, you open the door, there's tables for people to sit at, there's lockers along the wall, there's...
He's like, it opens up to their locker room where everyone's sitting with their guns.
Like, waiting. There's obviously
Shit.
a little place off, which is for
Set
like
the alarm off as you leave.
eating, like a little like break room type area.
Good job to notice that.
A tool rack, and there's an exit from this area that kind of goes up. There's a slight grade up on it. And it looks like it goes up, and then there's a platform, and it goes up again. So, but there's no one in here.
But it seems that we've made it out of the cistern and into
you made it out of.
habitable
Well,
area.
you made it out of the cistern a while ago.
Not
Through the
cistern,
pipes.
we've left kind of the sewer and kind of reached the habited part.
Yeah, this looks like there's workers here and places like. But there's no one in this antechamber at the moment. This looks like where people gather to go on shift. You know, put their stuff in lockers, get their tools. Can stuff them under the table.
I was say, are there actual lockers?
There are lockers. They're not
Are
big
any
enough
of them
to
big enough?
hold a gargoyle. There are gargoyle
I didn't
sized
know that
lockers.
like a
Like
gargoyle
this-
locker would be
this
as big as
yeah.
a gargoyle.
Like they are, they're as big as the shelving over there.
Seems like a legit question to me.
But
I'm
you
just
can't
saying.
stuff a gargoyle in that unless you start breaking things on the gargoyle.
We're tearing it apart.
Yeah,
I feel like I would.
Well, it was carrying an axe, right?
it was.
I would not do that. Like
Now
me,
you
I'm not
don't
doing
know. You don't know. This axe's size that like you could use it. It doesn't seem to have a power source, but it doesn't seem to be mundane either. I don't know if you want to keep it or not.
that. I don't need it, and I'm also not hacking up bodies for this.
Well, no. Well, I'm not
So
going to
he suggested it.
I just don't know if you're going to try to because you have a vibro sword. I don't know if you also want to try out this axe.
No, I don't need a vibro axe.
You don't know. It doesn't have electronics.
Well, then it'll probably be even worse.
I can't use it.
You can. It'd be unwieldy because it's just
Can
too
you
big.
smell magic on it?
Like, is it something though that like I could at least pick up?
Yes.
Say if I wanted to actually chop up this body, like, would I be able to like
Yeah, you could.
and just have to take like
Couple swings. Yeah.
Yeah.
The awkward swings at it.
just curious.
Well, then I'll take the time to have a smoke.
I don't give a shit about hacking up a body.
Oh, Beethoven.
We're trying not to get caught by a bunch of raw killing gargoyles. You think I got?
Yeah.
I'm gonna care like. Oh no! It's so
Vote
mean
Senator
to do it
Beats
to
in
this thing that we
21-22.
just murdered.
Yeah, I got you.
Like what?
Vote beats in 2020, 21-22.
Sensitive bitch.
What? I just...
It's just not his life.
It's not me, man. I'm not a body chopper.
And she's not
That's
going
all
to do
I
it either. She's heroic, so that's not a heroic thing to do. It's a practical thing to do. If you're a serial killer,
Right.
it's not a heroic thing to do.
It's one of those, like, next time we hang out, we play Never Have I Ever. Never have I ever hacked a limb off a dead body. Like, damn it.
Okay,
We're getting the dog boy drunk tonight.
So we see the room is empty, though, right?
Uh-huh.
I've never been
All
set
right,
on
so
fire.
can you at least drag the body in here?
Yeah, easy. There it is.
Yeah, you're okay with doing that part?
Yeah, I'm not chopping it up.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
what
I'm
do you
gonna do
do?
the rest of this. But I need you and Shani to because it's gonna take me some time to do this.
Now,
You're
How
taking
you-
time to chop bodies up.
I have a plan.
Let's hang out. Let's chop it. All right. All right.
Like,
Well, you do what you gotta do.
You
I'll watch
two
stand guard.
start looking at other doors and stuff while I
Alright,
start working on this so we can hide the body. Like, oh, come on.
You realize that as you chop this up, you're going to flood this room with blood.
yeah.
Like it's not
There's
like
going to
this
be a
isn't a
big
video
blood
game where
stain.
you,
And, like,
you
you don't have
pull
anything
the
to
legs
put
off.
down.
Yeah, you're not pulling the legs off an insect. You're chopping a gargoyle's legs off in a locker room.
There's already blood in the room where you killed it. Now you've dragged it to another room and are going to bleed it out all
Shit,
over the
I should
floor.
have done it. Not. Fuck it. Whatever. Just drag it in the room.
Cool. It's
Put it like in the corner.
You can put it under a table in the little,
All right,
in the,
put it under
the
a table.
cafeteria area.
Ah,
do my
the break
best.
room.
takes all the fun out
I
of it.
do
but
my
fuck.
best to put a little piece of cloth over it.
So,
Because really hoping I got to chop up a gargoyle's body right now.
Don't
There's-
shuffle.
You don't know how
One of
satisfying.
them's not dead.
you got a Joker.
Oh, okay.
So I have
I'm like, one of them's not dead.
You don't know how satisfying that would have been for my previous character.
Which?
The cyborg?
Oh, yeah. He'd have...
He had a vengeance for
he hated gargoyles.
And I would have got to use my chainsaw to just be like...
Meanwhile, I'm in my glitter boy like... this is horrible.
I'm going to recycle and eat that later.
Everyone's like, you hear a little chime in your ear. Recycling food waste. No!
Like, if anything, if I had my original character from that game, like, he would be doing that. Like, no matter what, I'd be like, I hate these things. Like, and you guys would be like, damn it.
So
that's kind of what I was getting at right now. I'm like, hey, you realize that like we're in a safe space and we're about to chop bodies to pieces on the floor.
Whatever, we threw it on the table. Let's move on.
Gotcha. Quick investigation shows that this has this locker room where tools, get changed. There's the lockers to change into work clothes. There's a cafeteria next to it, and there's also what looks to be what goes to living quarters, like barracks for the gargoyle mechanics.
We should probably not
go down that way.
Is there any like useful?
But then there's that pathway up.
Useful like tools or maybe weapons or anything?
Nothing. I mean, besides the axe, there's no cool weapons. Tools, you can grab a couple and throw them on your belt for later, just in case you need them. A drill, a wrench.
I feel like I wouldn't be comfortable with the tools that are here. Like,
yeah,
I like a higher quality of everything. So I don't need anything from me.
You're also gonna leave this cool axe behind.
You getting to where you are, and with all the steam and everything going in, you may want to while everyone's investigating, give your gun a check because it's getting to that point.
I was gonna say when he was saying let's chop at the bodies, if we're gonna hang out here for a few minutes, 100% getting out of this thing. I gotta clean my gun. I haven't fired it since last time I cleaned it, but
it's dirty. And it's been through a lot. You've been through water. You've been in a cistern.
Yeah, it's terrible. And my joints just feel stiff. I got to do something. So I got to get out of my thing. So
give me a mechanical check.
How long is this going to take? Or is this what you're figuring out right now?
No, it's not going to.
You got a 30.
Wow. All right. So it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
Takes them longer than it should.
Well,
but as you and Shani are investigating, Shani's like, it looks like the way up goes to the power plant, and it looks like it's much more heavily secured.
So we're in one way or the other at this point. When I'm done here, I can blow that open if you want to. Or we can search around through the fortress and try to find the shifter.
Yeah, you could leave this area and go back up, but you're here, you've made this goal for yourselves. It's just like at this point, if you go up these ramps, you're going to get into a place that has security, has doors, and is going to be guarded.
No, doors. The first part is security.
Okay.
So my only thing is that we could backtrack a little bit and at least go to where we first found that mechanic that we killed.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was a room that had conduits and stuff in it, right?
It was a hallway. It had conduits, yeah.
I mean, if we at least do damage to those...
I mean, you've been walking past conduits and power and piping the entire time.
We could disrupt some of this, though, before...
Every 4,000 feet of space, like a house, every house is going to have a meter out front. Everything's going to have a gas leak, or gas... I'm trying to say, on my brain. Cable hookup. Mm-hmm. So as we walk through this entire thing, we're going to find that every 400 feet, 300 feet, 200 feet.
Yeah, it's just running like.
Well, no, what he's making it sounds like we're in tunnels. Like
you're down like in a subway, deep in there, with all the piping and cabling along the wall.
It's basically just every tube we go through is going to have like 9 or 10 pipes in it.
Yeah.
It's going to look like a submarine inside every tube we're in.
I've worked in construction, so there's literally like basements of places that like conduits and pipe and plumbing is just exposed. It's not hidden by walls or ceilings.
And that's what this is.
Like in a house.
But imagine every 1,000 feet that happens again and again and again.
And this is just going for thousands of feet.
Yeah, if we damage one part, we basically cut power to the bathroom on floor 8.
A room here, a room there. And you could disrupt things, but you're here... And you're at the power plant, which disrupts everything.
It might just be time to open up. We might just have to, when we get in there, open up. Just fire, shoot, kill, do it, get it done.
So is there anyone between us and the door?
Yes. There is a gargoyle at the door that's at the top of the ramp. Armored, melee weapon again, with a pistol. Kind of pretty much same thing.
We could always call it here and then talk about it. And come back to this.
So close.
I mean, part of me is just like... We just have you blast him and the door and just be like...
It will work, but
just be like,
it'll let...
Here we go.
You guys have to go back out from where we're at right now, hunker down someplace else.
According to...
If you go back out and seal, like basically where you killed the gargoyle and shut that door and let you walk up and blast.
If we're outside, you need 20 meters or I deafen you for 4 turns. 3 turns, sorry, 3 turns. 3 or 4?
It's
3 or 4.
It's in there. It's on your sheet.
Yeah, sure.
But anyway, it's terrible. And it's going to be worse because you're in an enclosed area reverberating through rock. But it should be fine if you go back out the door where the gargoyle was and seal it. If you let him go up and blast the next door open.
But it'll literally be like doing that to every room in the entire castle.
Yeah, everything will shake. But when you hear that go off, you can detonate the turrets out front and cause a whole kinds of confusion.
Actually, pretty good. Or we could time it together, 3, 2. You fire when I fire, and so everyone thinks it's that. That's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah, well, because the other option is that we go through another one of these, like, let's run at this dude and all do melee shits again and hope that we kill him.
Well, we've meleeed ourselves.
But then when we get through the door, our assessment is that this is a more secure area.
Yes.
So, like, there's most likely going to be other
that means that
personnel on the other side that we're going to have to take care of.
That's very true. But we've snuck our way this far, and now we're at the precipice. If I shoot and signal the onslaught, that means we can all open up. We can all do whatever we want. You just guys have to stay behind me or get in front of me.
If the room is big enough, it all depends on what's past that room, because these guys cannot come up on you when you're firing. And if it's going to be you firing, then it's going to be you firing for the next several turns until you are compromised. If things get too close, then these guys can run up and protect you.
So, like, I'm a tank in the literal sense of the
so
word.
This is kind of at the point where, like, if you choose to go loud with him right now, it's going to be in-game. You want to kill that thing and blow open the door, walk in, kill whatever resistance is in the room, and then destroy the power plant. All with him, like, in a sequence of turns that has to be, if he's successful, as fast as possible. Then, if things get hairy, if there's more things in there than you could deal with, if they get down on top of you, you can't use your gun anyway. So that's when you come in as backup and save them. Like, if that's what you want to do. Otherwise, it's rush the guy, melee him down, open the door, and see the situation. Because there might be enough room up there to spread out enough that he can shoot and you guys can fight as well.
There's also something about it too. Like, if you're at point blank when I fire too, you
get knocked down and shaken.
You're deaf for like 2 sessions or something like that.
It's pretty insane.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
It can be permanent.
Well, that's cool and all. No one's suggesting that you fire right next to us. Like, we're not even talking about that. Like, we're talking about what he just said, basically. Like,
but you'll be on your own. Like, for
you'll
at least
be
2
on your
turns.
own until people get close enough and you're like, hey, I need help. I can't fire my gun.
But that means that you will be alone, fending off things on top of you for 2 turns, having to take hits.
That means that we have to decide if we want to do this. This is what we're up against.
Yep.
Or we can all go in and do something we did before.
Otherwise, we can try to melee this thing. It's in normal armor again, not power
normal armor
so
with a melee weapon like the other one had.
So we have to do at least 17 damage to do anything to it.
And you spent some minis last time.
That's why I said we should just call it and probably hit a plane. What?
Come on, you got 30 minutes.
All right, okay, sorry. We don't call it then. I can blast it.
This is like you're You're within striking distance of the target you have chosen.
Let's do it. My cannon is great, and I've only expended 20% of my ammo. 5%.
It's like,
literally
out of
I know, I'm just
100.
joking.
All right. So,
I think our best plan of action is for you to blast it.
All right, let's do it.
yeah. So
Because then
you've
at the
checked
very
and double
end-
checked and made sure your gun's okay. You and Shani go back outside, seal the door.
so outside the little like locker room.
Right. So
thing
you're
where
back
we-
out of the junction where you killed the gargoyles.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I'm going to turn around the corner on purpose and be like,
Right. You're just gonna
Hey.
you're gonna walk up. You're gonna walk up to that first landing. Let's say up to where it is, and then you're just gonna step over, look up at this poor gargoyle guard, and
let's do it.
No, is he gonna be able to fire without locking in?
I know he has to lock in.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's going to be, he's
So
going to
is
see
it gonna
me.
see him?
Oh yeah.
Yes, he's going to fire first, but
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
So you go up there and so you guys head outside. You're ready because you might have to go deal with gargoyles coming from that barracks, living quarter area.
So basically, when he sees me as my post go in,
Yeah, you go up there and do that. He sees you, like he's like, pulls out his pistol and shoots you. Little ion pistol. Me. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother rolling.
sweet. All right.
Fire.
So
Maybe
now we are behind the door. So in that T section, we're behind the door that we chose to go into.
Right.
That leads into that kind of like locker room area,
Mhm.
whatever. And then there's a hallway that leads to where
There's a-
the barracks.
Yeah, there's a
Ish
hallway that goes
area,
to the cafeteria
And then the
barracks.
ramp is where he's at,
Yep.
shooting at this guy.
Shooting at this guy.
But so we have a closed door between us, just so we don't get affected by his song.
You're still
This
like
is
everything
bad.
around you is going to
Yeah.
shake. It's still going to be super loud, but you're not going to be adversely effective. You're in a sealed armor. Shani's taking precautions.
Okay.
So I'm giving you +2 because it's a point blank, straight up a ramp shot. Like it's kind of hard to miss.
And the guy can't dodge anywhere. Right?
Not really. No.
It won't matter. I'm going to be like,
Feel like you're feeling good off my notice check.
8.
That's a hit with a raise. So 4d12 plus
6.
Is that with the plus? Oh, it was +6. Yep, never mind. What's the AP? Some crazy.
25.
It was, it was a hit with a what?
It was a hit with a raise, so you get an extra d6.
Yeah, as I said.
Yep. All right.
Oh, damn. Did you roll a d20 in there? What the
Oh, I
fuck
knocked
is
this
that?
over. Sorry, it was a 13.
That's a d20.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can't roll no d20s.
Come on.
Oh,
now.
sorry. No, it's totally my bad. Sorry, it's 2. So this was
That was a 12, though.
12. So 12, 13, 23, 25, 26,
That's 9.
35.
35. And you're blowing the turrets at the same time, right?
Yep. Like he's telling me
Yeah,
as
3,
he's firing.
2. All right. So there is no gargoyle in front of you anymore. There is also no door.
Yeah.
The walls shake. The pipes break and steam and electricity starts just pouring out, zapping, hitting everything around you.
I would probably be pretty excited too. I'd probably call
Everything
it,
like-
I've never fired in a tube
Yeah,
before.
Dust comes off
Yeah.
the walls, crumbles, cracks appear in the wall.
Better adjust my ammo.
So you pull up stakes, which takes a turn, and then you walk up inside. And this thing is massive. This is a massive generator. It looks TK. It looks techno wizardry type effect. It looks intimidating as fuck, like a massive weird boiler system, which is glowing with. It's not heat orange. It is arcane orange things coming out of it. But between you and that is a gargoyle in power armor, who's like, challenge accepted. There's gargoyles running around all the place. There's a couple other gargoyle guards, but that is your biggest foe. So
I only have 94 shots.
4 and a 2. Your luck is back.
It's more like it. Yeah, right.
Do you want cards, or do you just want to let this round go?
Well, at this point, there's no point into us.
You can't get close enough anyway. I'll just deafen you anyway.
Yeah.
Hang out. But also get no support.
You're also not bleeding out cards. That might go to the gargoyle. 5.
I mean...
A 5 of clubs. My God, like, how can he just skirt in front of you that much?
That's all I get.
Okay, so he was going to shoot you. That's pretty obvious. He has a heavy plasma ejector. His shooting is a D6. He is a wild card. You can't parry. He hits you.
Oh. Sorry. It's all good.
Alright, heavy plasma. 3d10 plus 3. No AP.
Hey, that's good.
What? Excellent.
Just weird.
I could reread it.
I do.
I feel like it should be hurt.
It doesn't seem like any of this stuff has... Looks like it's missing its AP. Whatever.
Oh, you know what? I've had the Brawler and Martial Arts Edge
that gives you +2 to damage.
Yep, for every one of those melee things that I rolled this entire game. Note to self.
That's cool. Know your character, dumbass.
He's a new character.
20. What's your armor?
Like 25.
My armor, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
your toughness.
Toughness is 6. My armor is 18.
And so on the front, what's your full toughness?
11.
No. Come on.
Full toughness is 11. It's 5 plus 6.
And then your armor on top of that.
Oh, 11 plus my armor would be 29.
Okay. Surprised I didn't have you write that in all total on the front. Because that is your full toughness. Your full toughness is your toughness plus your armor's toughness plus your armor. So 20 is not going to cut it. So you get bathed in plasma, and it.
You've cleaned my joints.
It's very hot. Your system's like me.
Does he spend this turn locking in?
He spends his turn locking in.
Yes. I was like, it doesn't really matter if you go first or not. Like, you kind of have to.
It does matter if I go first or not. Because if I'm already locked in, then.
6 and a 2.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
So tell me how that would have mattered if you would have gone first.
And a 7. Again, 1 point above what your card is each time.
How's it going in there, Plato?
I'm fine. How you doing?
What's your armor's name? What do you call your armor? Aristotle?
Aristotle, yeah. No. It is Aristotle. You know what's funny is that one of my favorite things about Aristotle and Plato is that Plato preached constantly that the written word took away from education because it made people's attention span lower and their memory shorter. Yeah.
You have to, if you just write everything down, you're not going to remember anything anymore.
Yeah. But the only reason we know anything that Plato says is because Aristotle wrote it all down. It's fantastic.
Well, that's kind of how I feel like once I got a cell phone, I didn't remember phone numbers anymore.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I used to have like a card with everyone's phone number, and I remembered all my friends' phone numbers.
Right, I know my mom's, my brother's, and my wife's, and that's it.
I don't know any. I couldn't even tell you my brothers.
You should learn 2 for an emergency purpose. I did that. That was what I challenged myself to do, is make sure I knew my wife's number and my mom's number.
I still tell you, like...
Hit with a raise. Plasma ejector on you again.
Gotcha.
I can tell you, like, some of my kid friends' home numbers still to this day because it was before cell phones. 18,
21, 25.
29.
Boing. So your suit heats up again. You see your little heat rising, like danger meter going.
I slowly lower my boom gun. It's getting hot in here. You should take off all your clothes.
You should take off all that armor. All right.
Boom. All right.
Don't throw your ticket card at me.
Sorry, you were just in the way of my
Boom.
This is a 10, right?
Remember, you get like +4 to hit.
Yeah, so 5 plus 4 is a 9. I got a 9.
That's hit with a raise.
Yeah.
This poor gargoyle. Make sure it doesn't have a d20 snuck in there.
Yeah, right.
1, 5, 16, 18, 24, 26.
26. What is the AP?
25.
25. So he has a...
AP is really 25.
Yeah, it's right there.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
That's the fun part.
No, that's what I thought was 25 earlier when we were talking about your armor. Because I was like,
That's the fun part about the boom gun is it's like, you got armor? No, you don't.
You get hit with it generally, like you don't last.
21 minus 9 is what?
21 minus 9?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, 22? Or 12, sorry.
What?
12, yes, 12. So down one, up one. I forgot about that. 22, or 12. What the fuck? I'll take your 22, though, if you really want. 12, 16. So, 16 to... What did you get? What was your final total?
29 was my total.
Okay. So 16 to 20 is a raise.
Yeah.
20 to 24 is a raise.
24 to 28 is a raise.
8 is a raise, and you got
29. Yeah.
So that's hit with 3 raises, which...
Atomizes the gargoyle's body.
No, it just puts him in -3. He's a wild card,
Gotcha.
so he has full wound stack. So, shaken 3 wounds, blasted back, slams against the reactor.
It's 24 minus 9, 21. Wait, what?
Wait, what's 21 minus 9?
It was
22?
It was 22 minus 9. I said 21.
You see, like, he hits the reactor, and you're like, on the ground, armor is shattered.
21 minus 9, 22. Wait, what?
He looks up.
I added 1.
And
Sorry.
he looks at you, and he looks over, and there's this door, like this like I said, it looks like a furnace. So there's like a furnace door thing on there. It's all kind of glowing orange. It's got some mystic runes on it. And he looks at you, looks at his armor, and it's all shattered and all that kind of stuff. And he looks up at that, and he starts reaching for it. You don't know what'll happen if he gets it, but let's hope you go first.
I gotta go first. The Joker in there, I saw it. Yeah.
Joker!
I saw it. Give me them bennies.
Alright. You got a jack.
We all get Benny.
Bennies all around.
Oh, look at Shani over here.
Right,
with all these
fucking Benny
things.
hoarder.
Well, she has climbing, so she didn't have to waste the waste.
It was funny. A minute ago, I was trying to think, I'm like, what was it that we wasted our bet? It was climbing. And then we said it right now, too. Like, fuck, man. Just getting into the tube took 3 bennies.
Alright, I assume you want to go before he reaches up
So.
and does that. So, you get another +2 on all your other shooting bonuses. Hit with a raise, I'm assuming.
7, 9. So,
Yeah. Because,
9 plus...
well, you have pluses to shooting because of your marksman and all your other crazy abilities.
Oh, I keep forgetting
Right.
about that.
So you had that's like
+1 to shooting, so I actually rolled, what did I say, an 8 to start with.
+2 for the Joker, so that was a 10.
So
and then
10.
I think you have another
I
ability.
mean, if you want to call me power armor ace, that's only with piloting. No, that's all I got. So it would have just been a 10.
No, there's something with the targeting systems and all that. I can't remember what it is. But I'm pretty sure you have like a +4 to hit naturally with your shooting.
Maybe.
Yeah, well,
that's fine. We'll figure it out later. Whatever.
You hit with a raise, and that's all that matters.
Roll this handful of heavy dice.
Are you rolling damage for D6?
Alright.
Yeah.
2, 8, 24, 25,
Jesus.
32 plus 4, 36.
36. including
is it plus an extra 2?
Plus 2, so 38 for the Joker.
38, sorry.
So
plus the Joker, yeah. That's right, plus the Joker.
Yeah, 38.
No.
Because of the Joker.
Plus 2 more is actually 6, not 4, so it would be 40 even.
Okay, so you did 40 damage.
Yeah.
You blast through him, crack the furnace. It starts venting some type of energy. You're not exactly sure.
I can't do it. Electronics won't tell me.
No, you're not a techno wizard, so this is a magical power plant.
Glowing with magical energy.
Yeah. It's cracked, it's venting, the gargoyles are running for their lives, the other guards are charging you, but you think one more shot at that thing would just take it up. Or you can pull up and start running now and let it catastrophically fail, or hope it catastrophically fails with the crack you put in it.
I'll skinny that to him. What do you think?
I say shoot it.
All right, shoot it.
Boom. You shoot it, and that's where we'll end.
Okay.
Because
you want me to roll damage?
Nope. No, it doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, right.
It's a boom gun point blank to a magical furnace that's already damaged, while gargoyles are running up to you. It's a good climactic game. You don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know if that's going to detonate or blow up. So, next week we learn what happens when a techno-wizard furnace detonates in the heart of a fortress on the side of a mountain.
My ammo is very low at 92.
Yeah, he's getting down there. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next week.